I need to do some kind of deep dive of Ethan's views on Israel, Palestine. Because here he's saying free Palestine, right? So I don't know what the deal is there.
Oh my god, she's becoming self-aware. I feel like it's something you probably already should know on it. I'll tell you Ethan Klein's take. Israel has the right to exist, but it doesn't have the right to engage in genocidal practices. Netanyahu's a war criminal. He believes in a two-state solution because Israel and Palestine right now, these two groups hate each other. Very complicated history. I would even go as far to say that he would agree that the border should be facilitated by allies of both Israel and Palestine. And I would say Israel should pay Palestine reparations. The entire harassment campaign that surrounds Ethan Klein has to do with his take on Israel-Palestine. I feel like you should have known that. But I will give her credit because she's talking out loud. She's like, wait a minute. And I can respect that. Wait a minute. What is this? Turns out Papa Gut also lacks basic comprehension skills. Rip, I guess. What are you talking about? Bro's been lacking for a while. What is happening here, dude? What is happening here, bro? I watched this live. It was painful. Yap Zaddy? I'm on to you, bro. I'm on to you. You better watch yourself, dude. You better not make yourself public in my in my stream, bro. You better be careful, okay? What is this? I don't even know what that is. I read Ethan Klein's lawsuit for a video, and since I didn't immediately say Ethan is definitely right, that means I'm evil. I don't think that she watched the whole thing. I think it was more that she was making weird things up about how in her country they don't have similar laws to us when it comes to like work, right? One of them was like, "Oh, you have limited paid time off? That's so crazy." It's like you guys do too. I don't know. It's just weird. And plus, she was just kind of insinuating that Ethan was guilty. And Ethan is my king, dude. Ethan is my fucking king. All right, enough of this. We're getting to the video. Stop distracting me. Oh, here, okay. Listen, here are the cold hard facts. Here are the cold hard facts. Ethan Klein sent me Teddy Fresh merchandise. Okay? And he said that I have to defend him for 1 hour for every $50 worth of merchandise he sent me. Okay? So I have to cover this video and I have to defend Ethan Klein. Okay? After this video's up though, I think you're gonna have to send me more Teddy Fresh merch, bud. You're gonna have to pay for the next 10 videos, dude. Nah, I'm kidding. He obviously didn't say that. That'd be ridiculous. But he did send me merch. It's pretty good. It's comfortable stuff. Shrinks a little bit in the wash, so I'd get a size up, at least for me. But it's comfortable, man. I don't know what else to tell you. But anyway, Ethan's going after the Snark Redditors. This is something I found funny. Where is it? Oh, announcement. H3 Snark is on break. Hey, H3 Snarkers. Interesting community. We're writing to let you know that the subreddit is going on a break, effective immediately until further notice. Please keep an eye out for an announcement in the near future. We appreciate your patience and understanding. To me, this just screams they're guilty. They know. Listen, I don't know that much about Reddit. What I do know is that they have a weird page on me on here. They got a weird page on me on here somewhere where they're upset that I got Teddy Fresh because they're jealous. Two videos. I made a video on it myself. It's funny. And they're just like weirdly obsessed, and they also like criticize people for talking about Destiny or Ethan using Destiny references. But then in like one of these things, I think it's this one or the last one, they reference Destiny's subreddit. So it's like you're gonna go after Ethan for the same thing you're doing. It's very strange stuff. I don't know. Right here, like what are you doing? You're you guys. You know what happened? Hypocrisy, if in my opinion. Anyway, they're afraid. I think it's funny. These people are terminally online. They're weirdos. They're obsessed. And frankly, I don't think Ethan would file a lawsuit unless he thought that he had a decent chance of winning. And I also think that these guys going on a break shows that they know that they fucked up. So let's just see what our unbiased queen, Velina Scav, who is now in the running for one of the Nicholas Diorio as Golden Girls, by the way. I don't make the rules. Let's see what she has to say, man. I'm curious. Okay, let's go.
Ethan Klein is now threatening the mod teams of various different subreddits, including the H3 Snark and YouTube drama. What's crack, it's Velina Scav, and welcome to another episode of I Am Cold. I'm very cold today, guys.
Why don't you get to turn that fucking heat up?
That's the whole episode, but in today's episode of I Am Cold, we're going to be talking about Ethan Klein now.
You know what's really good for warming up? Nicholas Diorio. He's like a big old teddy bear, baby.
On the H3 Snark, an announcement was made. H3 Snark is on a break. Hey, H3 Snarkers, we're writing to let you know that the subreddit is going on break, effective immediately, until further notice.
Incredible.
Please keep an eye out for an announcement in the near future. We appreciate your patience and understanding. And then, after
there's also a little bit of, there's some more stuff Ethan posted that wasn't covered in this video. We're going to look at it after, don't worry.
Yes, Ethan Klein posted to his story, if I can scroll.
Who is the girl? Is that a famous girl?
Understanding. And then after this, Ethan Klein.
My wife looked at this, I think, and then she's like, "Oh, this is like a famous girl." And I said, "Oh, it's just a blonde white girl." It's like it's a dime a dozen, you know.
Posted to his story. If I can scroll through all his million of stories, he posted this from the H3 Snark and said, "It won't save you scumbags from what's coming. I can't wait for your family, friends, work, and school to know what you've been up to."
Hey, talk shit, get hit, baby.
Which made it sound very much like he was threatening to dox the mod teams here.
I think, listen, I'm not a super legal guy, but if you're if you're harassing somebody by the legal definition, right, in Discovery, wouldn't your stuff come out? I don't think it's really a dox. I think it's more of like, we're going to get your ass in a lawsuit because you've been harassing us, and that's going to be public information. Just like Ethan Klein's lawsuit against him was public information, right? That's pretty much it. What ended up happening? Somehow the Snark Reddit, I'm almost impressed, by the way, got the lawsuit against Ethan Klein before Ethan Klein got it. So it just sounds like he's saying, hey, we're about to hit some of that public information, baby.
And he said, "Dear Snark mods, you have one opportunity to save your ass. Contact us with information about your fellow mods and collaborators, and I will spare you in what's to come.
Damn.
This is your one and only chance." So he's basically trying to say, hey guys, come dox these people.
I don't think that's really what he's trying to say. He's trying to say, hey, I'm suing you motherfuckers. All right? But make a deal, or I'll sue you too. Okay, yeah, based.
To me. And I won't.
I like this. In the bottom, it says, "In my opinion." In my opinion, this is what's so weird. Like, if you're gonna, like, you know what you're saying is not true. If in the bottom here, you have to have it say, "In my opinion," after making an inflammatory statement about him doxing somebody, you know what you're saying is not true. It's like, why say it? And why say it if you have to, like, put a little "in my opinion" in the bottom left? Like, you're afraid. It's like, you know that you're intentionally. You're intentionally sensationalizing everything, so you give yourself legal outs. Oh, he looks like he's trying to get people to help dox other people. In my opinion. Oh, okay. You don't think that makes you look a little silly?
Here about what he's talking about, but the fact that he says in the previous story that your family, friends, work, and school know what you've been up to, make it sound like he's planning to dox them.
Makes sound like they're going to know about this lawsuit that's going to fuck them up, right?
Because how else would this happen? Now, Ethan Klein, as we've talked about in the past, hasn't been shy about threatening to dox people before.
Like who? Wait, who is Ethan Klein threatening to dox?
Allegedly.
Oh my god! She won't stop! He definitely did this thing. Maybe. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Maybe, depending on who you ask.
Well, if I ask a fucking idiot, yeah, sure.
Wouldn't put it past him. I still think...
Can you give me the example you're referring to?
I think it's a crappy thing to do. For some reason,
sue
people have this kind of opinion of doxing that, like, sometimes it's warranted. Sometimes it's okay.
Who's talking about doxing?
Just because they side with the person who's doing the doxing. And I can guarantee you, even if somebody...
What doxing?
...that I really looked up to, I really liked, decided to dox somebody and they claimed they had a good reason for it, I'd be like, what? Bro,
he's pushing for a lawsuit. I don't know what you're talking about doxing for.
What is this person doing? This is not okay.
Thanks for the virtue signal.
Doxing is not something you do, especially if you have a huge platform, because it can put people in real life danger. It takes it off the internet and into the real world. You can make these matters private. You can deal with them privately. And we're going to get into that because he claims that he's not actually trying to dox him. He claims it's something else.
Well, he claims it's part of the lawsuit. Yeah.
But there's more.
And I would imagine that if you got a lawsuit, you're probably going to tell your friends and families you're getting the fuck suit out of you.
Stories.
That's how they'd find out.
Two of the main mods are actually Trisha superfans. Ironic that they organized a harassment campaign to ruin my life for being a Zionist when Trisha is actually a Jewish supremacist, which is really hard to say, as I've just found out.
Jewish supremacist, okay.
And Moses has fought in combat for the IDF.
This is true. Trisha was super simping on Ethan. She loves Jewish guys. Nothing wrong with that. And Moses is the sister of Hila Klein, so they both win the IDF. Why isn't she getting relentless harassment? Huh?
You have spent all of your...
No comment. Allegedly, no comment on that? That's a really good point. Why would you bypass that? He just made a slam dunk point. You're like, let's just move on. We can't do this one. What are you doing?
Free time since October 7th, 2023 in an effort to torture me, my wife, my family, my employees,
True.
my friends. You have...
And I just guys notice his employees aren't even Jewish, so it's not even okay. No. I'm kidding. You shouldn't harass any Jewish people. I'm Jewish, guys. Okay? Stop it.
Defamed me, knowingly falsified images, broken laws, and interfered in my business. This is where we're getting into the legal aspect.
Yeah.
Nobody should ever have to endure this level of malicious harassment, and yet you have inflicted it on me and the people I love. You guys know me quite well, being long-time paying members. I hope that what proceeds won't... What? I hope that what proceeds, won't jeopardize your membership as we look forward and enjoy your continued patronage.
What I understand is that she's pretty highly editing. If she's editing these videos, why not edit like the mistakes out? You're obviously rewatching it. You put little disclaimers in the bottom left. Why don't you just cut it out? Whatever. I don't care.
And then this post was made in faux moi. I can't guarantee I'm saying that correctly, but I think it's faux moi, which was addressing Ethan Klein's threats against his subreddit. And he says it's called a subpoena, not doxing. It's a routine part of civil litigation.
Yes, a subpoena is a legal, written order to compel an individual to give testimony on a particular subject at a specific time and place, or to provide documents or other tangible objects. Subpoenas can compel an individual to testify for a deposition, trial, congressional inquiry, or other hearings. Failure to comply with such a subpoena to appear may be punishable as contempt. However, the testimony or documents are privileged, then the individual is not entitled. Right, so this is pretty much it. He's asking for information, but he's subpoenaing people for their information, which is probably in his legal right to do, because obviously he's going to have a good lawyer. He's got a lot of money, and also the same joke we've been making every single Ethan Klein video is implied. So we don't need to keep we don't need to keep making it, dude. We don't need to keep making it.
And all I need is an IP address, which is held for 100 plus days, even if you erase your account. The network of sock puppet accounts will not save you, Snarker. And that's kind of where it is. So I want to look at the faux moi post again. If I am saying that wrong, that is going to drive people insane.
It's crazy how you're like more careful about saying some stupid fucking Redditor's name than you are about getting yourself into potential legal trouble.
The amount of comments that I'm going to get is not how you say it. I'm sorry. Everybody seems to have a different opinion on how you actually pronounce this. But let's get to the faux moi post. So this was the post that they made, addressing Ethan Klein's threats against his subreddit. After Hila Klein publicly claimed to have lost a business partnership due to her nationality, a post was made on this sub pointing out that it was more likely due to the controversial and bigoted content that they have shared throughout the years.
Well, no. So just to be clear, what it seemed like is Hila had a friend, and that friend didn't want to work with them. It was probably because of everything that's going on with Israel-Palestine. I don't think it's because they're Jewish, but they are in controversy. Like, here's the reality. Ethan Klein, to a lot of people online, looks guilty. He's not. He's in the right on pretty much everything that he says. That's just kind of the reality of it. The guy has a very normal take on Israel-Palestine, that Israel has the right to exist, but they don't have the right to engage in a warpath, and that Netanyahu's a war criminal. Very normal, very lukewarm, milquetoast take, but people take that and they interpret it however they want. And so they are in controversy, and that person didn't want to work with them. I don't really blame that person necessarily. I wouldn't give a fuck personally. But I understand, you have your career and you kind of need to play it safe, especially if you're not in the commentary zone, right? She's like an artist. So I get it. It's upsetting for Ethan and Hila. I understand where that artist is coming from. She's just trying to keep her career afloat. Not everybody wants to live and die on somebody else's controversy, even if they're in the right. It's kind of the reality. I remember when I got banned on TikTok, I told some of my friends that were like, "Oh, we got to do something about it." I said, "Just don't talk about it. Don't leave it alone. It's not worth. Stop. Don't try to hurt your own credibility to try to save me. I put myself in this situation at the end of the day, even if people are doing shitting on me disproportionately. There's still faults that I have. You know what I mean? You don't have to go down with the ship." So,
and then it goes on to link some controversial and bigoted content. Ethan.
Okay, like what?
Ethan Klein, Hila's husband and podcast host, then decided to share that post and compared this subreddit to neo-Nazis for posting reasonable critiques of their bigoted content.
What are you referring to? On
his Instagram story, directing his 2 million followers, in addition to members of his subreddit, of which he and his wife are moderators, to brigade and harass this sub.
What? Okay, I was confused about the N-word thing. Got it. Hila Klein, who is a big fan of this person, whoever the fuck this is, and whose husband liberally uses the N-word. So we're going back 5 years. Oh, okay. This is Gallant. Oh, now I understand. Okay. Yo, okay, gotcha. Gallant. Yeah. So that all comes from when they misspoke and said he was a really nice guy, or he was a nice guy, and this was in the wake of Netanyahu, getting rid of him as the defense minister, right? And the reason he got rid of him is because Gallant wanted to end the war on Gaza. The constant assault. So they misspoke in calling him a good guy, but also the intentionality there was clearly to criticize Netanyahu for getting rid of anybody who has opposition to him and his warpath. Gotcha. Okay, now I'm understanding what we're talking about. He looks like his husband and a podcast then decided to share and post. Okay, gotcha. Post and compare this subreddit to neo-Nazis for posting reasonable critiques. Well, this is not a reasonable critique. This is a very hyper-obsessive critique, missing all of the context intentionally. But hey, okay, let's continue.
After this false allegation of neo-Nazism...
You think he's crashing out a little too much? I think that they shouldn't have talked about that girl that decided not to take the business proposal. I think that's something you could have kept private, but I don't really think that they're crashing out. I think that Ethan's a little petty, for sure. I think optically he looks like he's crashing out because sometimes he gets a little bit caught up in some of the things he talks about. I'm not but he's in the right.
Various members of the sub started posting Ethan Klein's history of using racial slurs, anti-Semitism, esulaizing victims of terrorist attacks, and more. Full list below. Since he is accused...
Right, so we're talking about we're talking about like 5+ years old. I think we've already seen this, right? All right, yeah, I don't know. I think that the neo-Nazi claim is probably a little, definitely disproportionate. I haven't seen anything that's neo-Nazi-esque in this thread. I think it's more of that they're just obsessed with hating Ethan Klein. So...
Use this of being a coordinated attack, it is important to note that multiple different users have made posts about him. Users who have various interests and posts on this and other subs for years. He seems to think that people sharing video evidence of his bigotry is an anti-Semitic attack, coordinated across Discord and Reddit.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be anti-Semitic to realize that it's a harassment campaign of constantly obsessing over things that happened 5 to 10 years ago, and like misspeaks that he's already talked about multiple times.
All of the posts that have been made about him since he claimed this sub was indistinguishable from a neo-Nazi forum. Okay, I feel like just for a little bit of...
Although that was just the post. Is there more on this subreddit that would make it some kind of a neo-Nazi form? I guess we could look into that on the side here.
Context. We need to actually look at what's posted here. Now, I have today, first time looking at this subreddit. I will admit that now. So if there's stuff going way, way back that is weird, I didn't know about it. But from what I can see, it's just posting about pop culture. You have stuff about Meghan Markle. You have whoever Guy Pearce is. You got more stuff about Ethan Klein. You have...
What's the more stuff about Ethan Klein?
You have whoever Guy Pearce is.
Ethan Klein champion free speech is starting to dox users. Okay.
You got more stuff about Ethan Klein. You have whatever's going on in the world. Doja Cat. Like, it's stuff like this. I did scroll through a lot more of it. But it is just literally like...
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like it's a neo-Nazi subreddit. I wonder what the motivation is for that.
Posting about everything that's going on. Obviously, like, the people posting are going to have their own opinion.
Also, they said they wanted to kill his children. Is this the one that said they wanted to kill his children? Really?
Opinions, like, it's not an unbiased source. It's a subreddit. So obviously, if somebody's posting with their opinions and you don't like that opinion, fair enough. And I will say, like, I've said this before, I do agree that if somebody talks about you, it doesn't matter the size of your platform or not, you're allowed to respond. And I think that'll always be my opinion. I feel...
So true, Queen.
You know, it just makes sense. Like, the punching down thing, it doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, like, I still haven't watched the H3 episode where they talked about my video. I'm sorry, okay?
Oh, why not? Did they talk about her video? Based.
Feels like it's kind of old now. Do I even need to watch it at this point? But, like, yeah, he's allowed to do that. It's fine. And people are allowed to respond, and he can dislike it and he can say what he likes. The issue is, I have found, at least from my own research, and this is fully my opinion, that his fans are... Ooh, there's a few of you guys in here right now, isn't there? You guys...
I guess so, sure.
...are a little bit much.
A
little bit much.
Listen, okay. Not for nothing. You're sitting here reading through this H3 Snark Reddit that is getting sued by Ethan Klein, that are clearly, and they clearly have a massively guilty conscience because they're locking down the subreddit. So there seems to be a lot of credibility to the fact that they've been harassing Ethan and his family relentlessly. and you're going to sit here and say that Ethan's fans are a little much. Listen, they might be a little much, but I mean, compared to this Snark that you're very clearly involved in, so at least that's for what I'm seeing, it seems to be a proportionate response here. It seems to be everybody. Oh, they're a little much. Motherfucker, these H3 Snark, these people are obsessed. These people are fucking obsessive. Wait a minute, this Reddit thing is like obsessed. Ethan being sexual about kids.
Look at this image. I mean,
and so I remember this situation. This was Ethan going on about how this guy liked kids, based on which by the way I think was kind of a miss. I think he ended up getting this guy deplatformed. This is something he ended up getting this guy deplatformed, or struggled to get a job because he kept insinuating he was a pedophile for helping make the Rebecca Black Friday song. So this is shitty. Nothing to do with the creepy, being creepy towards kids. They're trying to insinuate that Ethan thinks kids are attractive or something. The joke is that this guy is attracted to them. Again, I think that was a miss. Ethan tricking his disabled friend to talk dirty. Okay, so now people with disabilities have no agency over themselves, apparently.
It's a pussy spin the night. It's a pussy spin the night.
All right.
Pussy spin the night.
Yeah, so just want to be clear. I mean, I don't mean to constantly bring it up. My wife works with people with disabilities. Those motherfuckers are horny. Okay, those motherfuckers are horny. They're just as horny as everyone else. This is the number one thing you got to know about people with disabilities. They're just like us. These motherfuckers are horny. So you're tricking somebody with a disability into saying some horny shit? Okay. What do you think people... first of all, I don't know if that guy has a disability. Second of all, what the fuck are you... what is wrong with you? What's wrong with these people? You act like people... It's so funny. They're just a virtue signal. Even if this guy has a disability, which I don't even think he does. I think he's just Asian. But I don't know. Who gives a fuck? What does that mean? That he has no agency over himself? If you guys... It's so funny. You guys are just every single bigoted ever. Because you guys are so disconnected. Oh, this guy might have a disability. He's saying the word pussy. He's getting raped by Ethan right now. What's the insinuation here? It's just stupid. This whole thing is stupid. Ethan is sexually inappropriate. It's probably going to be a joke. With Oliver Tree.
Only has one kid, basically. Just me, and I've been in Tajikistan.
Okay, I don't care about this. It's Oliver Tree. The two of them have this weird, troll relationship with each other. I don't give a fuck. Ethan body shames children.
Damn, bro.
I love the Rizzler.
Have you tried Feastables?
So many. Oh, it says Feastables on it.
He's a sellout.
Can I be honest? Child obesity is not a joke.
Ethan, you son of a bitch. Do not ever talk negative about the Rizzler ever again. I swear on my mother, dude. I will donate all the clothing that you gave me to Skid Row if you fucking talk shit about the Rizzler again. Black Panther. Stay away from that, dude. That's a touchy subject, dude. That's a touchy subject. Let's see. Sexually inappropriate again. Let's see what he did. He made a sex joke.
I wonder if you should trim the mustache a bit. No, I think it's good.
I wish you could.
I was thinking that as well. It's pretty clear.
Yeah, maybe trim it a bit.
When does he?
I think it's the volume. It's not even the length necessarily.
When does he grab Dan's cock?
Just a lot of volume. Because when you're eating pussy,
Why do they have Why do they have Zelda music playing?
you need to make sure
What?
that
Bro! God
you're going to be doing a lot of when you look like that.
I don't understand. It's a joke between him and his friends / employees. Are you going to call it sexual harassment because it's workplace shit? Shut up. I don't. This is what I'm talking about. It's just obsessive. Ethan disgustingly described the Boston bombing survivor as having fat, juicy juvenile vagina. What? What? I don't know if I can watch this. Okay. Wait a minute. All right. I heard enough of that one. That was pretty inappropriate. This seems like 10 years ago. I don't know if she's they say she's a minor. I have no idea if that's true. But this is definitely a joke gone too far. He's mocking her for I'm not even going to describe it because it says it's a content warning, so I'm not inappropriate. Thankfully that was 10 years ago. Ethan tricking his disabled friend into swearing inside a restaurant so children could hear. Okay, gotcha. So apparently this fucking guy's disabled now. Ridiculous comment. This is just ridiculous. Ethan discriminates against those with chronic illnesses. This is him.
Dude, imagine if you hired this guy.
Right, this is him talking about Jake Doolittle, who is very clearly unemployable because he is a whinging little fuck. Ethan being racist, making fun of his nanny for wanting to make sure her family was safe from the fires. What?
I don't know why. Then there was fires in LA when we got home.
Mm-hmm.
We had a babysitter who was with Theodore, and she had to leave abruptly because she thought her family was burning alive.
Right.
At 1:30, and I'm so tired. I just got out of the shower. I'm about to go to bed. She goes, "Excuse me, excuse me, Mr. Klein.
She doesn't have an accent. What are you doing?
It's a fictitious story. Excuse me, Mr. Klein.
She sounds normal.
Excuse
me, sir.
He goes, excuse me, Mr. Klein.
What?
Oh, my family
What is
in
this?
the fire zone and nobody answer. And my whole family, I die and I drive home, okay? She's rocking back and forth. And I was like, fuck.
You really are delirious.
So then I'm stuck with the baby at 1:30 a.m. I've got work today. Anyway, and then Zach got evacuated. Poor sweet.
Oh, it just sounded like he was trying to make a funny joke about it. Was it okay? Yeah, like 10 years ago. Probably should tone it down with that, I guess. He's being transphobic.
Are so dumb and pathetic in the chat. Literally wait till he comes out and says, like, you can call me he.
Oh, okay. This is about Bo Blacks, who uses he, her, and they pronouns. So Ethan was completely on the right here. This is very easy. Even let's say the N-word a lot. I'm assuming that's going to be Ethan from back in the past when he used to say the N-word a lot. Ethan uses fake content and presents them as facts.
It's nominated.
Gotcha. He Googled Frogan. This literally this could have been a picture of my cock and balls. It doesn't really matter. Frogan was the rising star twice, so that was just kind of a mocking thing. Yeah, this was a fake screenshot, but the joke was that she was somehow got rising star twice in a row. Don't care about that. Ethan makes fun of women who've been violated. Okay, this is Cutie Cinderella. I've already talked about this a million times. I don't really care about the joke. It's okay that she was upset, but turning on your stream just to cry is annoying and performative, and it's also not your body. I get it's upsetting, but I just think it's kind of pathetic to turn your stream on just to cry. Cry to yourself, cry to your boyfriend who clearly doesn't care about you because he still streams with the guy who fucking jerked off to your AI porn. But, you know, do your thing. Especially since the crying came off as somebody who's like violently assaulted. It's like, give me a fucking break. Let's see. Ethan plays Twitcher terrorist with Hassan. Okay, that was like a silly little game because Hassan is a terrorist sympathizer. Ethan thinks being charity for 1.6 million is fine behavior. Wait. Oh, he thinks belittling charity. The context of that is that he's saying that those people like Hassan who downplayed and urged people not to vote for Kamala Harris, who would have been better for Palestine, you know, raising money for Palestine isn't going to undo the damage you did by getting Trump elected. You could say that's a misc, but yeah. So the list goes on. I'm not reading every single one of these fucking things. There's every single one of them. Okay, cool. Let's just get back to the video because we're just going on a fucking tangent at this point. For what reason? Let's go.
You will go and harass people in defense of Ethan, at least in my own opinion.
Obviously not all of them, just a small few.
Right? Everything I'm saying in this video is an opinion, guys. This is not a fact-based thing.
Yeah, you're being very careful there.
Sue me. But you'll go and harass people on behalf of him, and he never steps in and says, guys, can we not do that? And my opinion is that because he likes...
I don't know, like, who gets harassed to, like, this degree? Are you talking about some mean comments? This is what, what are you talking about? Like, are people getting doxxed in Ethan's community? Doubtful. They might be some people might be annoying. But like harassment, what do you mean by harassment? The Snark Reddit harasses Ethan. What are you talking about? We literally just went through a post of collecting all the things and putting the most disgusting spin on it while being ableist at the same time. Because they're calling that one guy Gabe fucking disabled. And even if he was, somehow, because he's disabled, according to this Reddit, he loses his agency as a person to be able to have fun. So that's crazy. You guys are good. You guys know what you're talking about there.
Likes having a little army of fans to do his bidding and to do his dirty work, and he doesn't really have to do it. But now he is kind of doing it, actually. But let's get back to this post, shall we? Could say a lot more than that.
Ethan says don't harass you all the time, does he? Okay, I don't know. I don't watch Ethan, so unless I'm making content.
I'm obviously not going to go and read all of these posts.
Oh, we just read through a ton of them, didn't we? This is
because that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's not what this video is about. Ethan Klein has now gone live on YouTube.
Well, it is because you're referencing this as a source, so it kind of is about that. So you're looking at those would be a good idea to check the credibility and the of what they're saying.
And escalated this campaign by threatening multiple subreddits, including this one, saying he's being mass gaslighted, that he's never seen anyone in the history of the internet be harassed like this.
Yeah, well, look at any lolcow, Ethan. They've been fucking harassed worse.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Well, can you give us like a proposition of who you think? Because I just did. Every lolcow that exists gets harassed more than Ethan. What's yours?
Okay, and that Russian
incredible
propagandist would blush at the hate campaign going against us. He has also said that a lot of these people think that they're safe, but they will soon find out that they're not safe.
Fucking based.
And that he's preparing stuff and working behind the scenes, and for his followers to stand back and stand by because there's something in the works that I just can't wait for. That's not what he sounds like. That's just what I've decided he sounds like now. He also said, we'll get him, guys. We'll get him.
I mean, they went private or whatever. They're taking a break, so it sounds like he's got some. He's in the right. No,
sounds like a Donald Trump quote. We'll get him, guys. We'll get him. You know me.
Well, I think that's the stand back and stand by was a Donald Trump quote about January 6th. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's trying to make a joke about that.
I'll ruin my life in the pursuit of getting these people. I can't wait. I can't wait to show you guys what we're working on.
Pretty base, man. I'm chubbed up.
He also said that now it's like a slur to be associated with his podcast.
Yes. I literally see weird losers on Twitter censoring the name Ethan Klein. Literally, what do you like? Yes, it is a slur. You have, like I saw the other day that Tyler Oakley guy. Apparently, he was like an original YouTuber or the original Viner, censoring the name Ethan Klein. Like just call him an actual anti-Semitic slur at this point. Like, let's just be adults at this point. Call people real slurs. Stop playing this game where you censor his name like he's the fucking sin of the world. It's ridiculous.
What does that mean?
Okay. What?
Okay. The threats are public on the latest video stream on his YouTube channel if anyone wants to verify these.
Threats. I love that they call it threats as if they're like not valid. The insinuation when they call it threats is to try to say that Ethan's in the wrong. That's the insinuation. Yeah, Tyler Oakley. I'll go get it for you in like a second. I'll put it on the screen. That's the insinuation. These threats, though, are like valid legal threats that clearly have legal backing. So when she says threats, or when they all say threats, they're trying to downplay like the validity of his like lawsuit that he's pumping up. I say, oh, it's just a threat. He's just threatening people. He's a bad guy. Okay, well, he's threatening you with a lawsuit. He seems to have some backing. That's why you guys are afraid. Yeah, right here. Tyler Oakley, right? This is a big old content creator. He's got a Twitch. He's got a link tree where he's got his YouTube.
Hi everyone.
6.7 million followers, pulling an ecstatic 10,000 views a video. I think that's incredible. All right, it's time for everyone to block they censored Ethan Klein. Mute his name and move forward. His haters are unfortunately his best publicist. That's incredible work, brother. I think if you spend a little more time pushing your career instead of virtue signal or censoring Ethan Klein, could be a little more productive for you. But you want to know what? God bless you, brother. God bless you. So
these claims, but please do not harass or make threats in the comments. It does not help anyone's cause, nor does it change anyone's minds, which I would agree. Yeah.
Threats are public on the latest video stream available if he wants to verify these claims, but please do not harass or make threats in the comments. It does not help anyone. Okay. Now they're afraid. Please don't harass. This is probably the first time they said don't harass somebody. What?
Yes, never go and harass people. It's loser behavior.
Only harass bad guys. Guys, harass bad guys, okay? Who are the bad guys? I can't even tell you. All right. I'm just being stupid. I'm sorry. I'm joking.
He and the users on his sub who have been brigading and harassing other subs have also falsely claimed that there are common mods across all these subs, despite there only being one new mod whom begrudgingly mods Hassan Piker's sub. She's not.
What does that have to do with anything? They've been harassing other. They falsely claim that there are common mods across the subs. That's not true because our one new mod is the only. What? What is the? It doesn't matter if. I feel like I don't give a fuck about this point. Okay. There probably is. I feel like you Reddit losers monitor multiple Reddits, but you know what? It doesn't really matter.
Not a fan.
We'll find out in time.
Of him and has multiple criticisms of him in her comment history, and who was added as a moderator to the sub after users posted criticisms of Ethan Klein and his bigoted content. Example of these old posts below, as well as users of all the subs he's mentioned in this video over the past few days, with multiple posts and comments on his subreddit, again, which he and his wife are mods for, that violate Reddit content policy.
How do you know that they violate Reddit content policy?
Example, posting mods and other users' information, sharing posts from these subs and encouraging users to brigade and harass mods and users.
I imagine if that was true, they would get an infraction, no?
This is now likely to escalate, given that on his most recent livestream, he has essentially sent his users to Reddit again to brigade these subs and mods.
What does that mean, sent them? I don't understand. And why can't they put their opinion on there? What does it matter? By
personally identifying a specific moderator on his stream, Klein is engaging in behavior that has historically led to serious harassment.
Oh shit, that's crazy. What's the example you got for that?
At this stage, this is no longer about subreddit moderation decisions. This has become a case of a major content creator weaponizing their platform to intimidate and harass individual users. He is...
Well, you got people that are hiding behind anonymity to try to harass people on this fucking subreddit, and now they're getting a little taste of their own medicine. Sorry.
Ironically,
Also, none of the interpretation that this subreddit has is accurate because they're stupid as fuck. We just read through a ton of posts. So
claiming that there is a coordinated harassment campaign against him when it's in fact his YouTube, Instagram, and Reddit followers who have been harassing
from like the Hassan community
people across subreddits for years, and probably beyond Reddit as well. And then they share some old
hold on, don't skip past this. What's this?
Subreddits for years.
Old post made from 3 months to 2 years ago, before our lovely mod who is now being targeted was added, and far before this random YouTuber podcast.
And probably beyond Reddit as well.
Podcaster, we still don't know what his show is about, was on our radar. What?
And then they share some old posts. Okay. Additionally, Ethan has recently threatened to dox the H3 Snark subreddit users /
It's not a dox, dude. It's a subpoena.
Mods.
Subpoena.
Link here, due to which the subreddit has now gone on break. We have avoided addressing this issue directly, other than
why would you go on break unless you motherfuckers were guilty?
Setting up our Hive Protect bot to ban users who are brigading from his podcast subreddit. However, now that he has made formal threats and presumably will be making further threats towards us and to Reddit under false pretenses, we want to get this all out there.
I don't think he's making them to Reddit, bud. I think he's making it to the lawyer.
And then they post, update, further threats have been issued by Ethan Klein via his Instagram account. Again, we have no idea what network he is alluding to. And this is about the post that we talked about a second ago on his story.
Yeah,
Edit, we've also started receiving a barrage of just vague enough ominous mod mails threatening consequences from accounts with no other comments on the sub and or Reddit. Now,
wow. The snarkers are getting snarked. I don't give a fuck.
I have various thoughts on this, and
my only thought is it's fucking based as hell.
Want to be fair and say there very well could be stuff going on behind the scenes that I know nothing about. Stuff that isn't public, stuff that is potentially illegal.
Wait, what?
Going on. Now I have various thoughts on this, and I want to be fair and say there very well could be stuff going on behind the scenes that I know nothing about. Stuff that isn't public, stuff that
well, yeah, no shit.
Is potentially illegal behavior coming from these subreddit users.
Well, they shut the Reddit down, so probably.
The snarkers, the mod teams that I don't know about and that the general public don't know about. And if there is a case to be made for Ethan to actually sue these people or go after them legally in some way, and he actually is in the right here, then he has every right to do that, obviously.
All right, cool. You know what? That was fair, and that was fair, and that was biased. I mean, unbiased. Fair, unbiased. God bless.
But on the other hand,
all right,
that is something that he could keep private. However, he is choosing to make this public. He is choosing to do this publicly.
Yeah.
To wish that people's names be dragged into it publicly. And
well, so he's trying to pressure some mods to give up other mods that he might not have information on. I mean, honestly, you could interpret the entire Ethan Klein thing as him bluffing. He might not know anybody, who the fuck anybody is. And he may be being like, hey, give me the names of other moderators and we'll spare you. Because he has nothing. That's possible. But yeah, the fact that it's public, that doesn't matter to me. All right, Ryan Beard asked in the chat, when do you think something crosses from criticism to harassment? Like, how much would Ethan have to talk about Hassan for you to consider harassment? Just wanting your take. I don't think it's an amount. I think it's an inaccuracy. Like, I would say that Ethan is accurate in most of the things that he's saying about Hassan. These snarkers are psychopaths that like legitimately bring things in out of context and like the most obvious context. They're insane. So I think that that's where the harassment comes in, you know. And I would also imagine that there's probably other things that they're doing that are sending like relentless hate towards Ethan and his family, or else they wouldn't have pushed for the lawsuit. Because I imagine they have a valid reason. Maybe they don't, but I feel like Ethan typically wins his lawsuits, so he probably has enough of a legal reason to go after them.
I feel like this comment on this post actually kind of
it's about the intent. It
sums it up well enough-ish. Somebody commented saying, seems to me more like he is suing for defamation, but I could be wrong.
Maybe.
And this person says, from everything I've seen, he just wants their public information to be out there, which only leads to one thing: severe mass harassment from his millions of fans.
It's not what he wants. It seems like he wants the information himself, and then he's saying that like once he gets the information, he's going to file a public lawsuit, and that's going to be public for everybody to see, just like his lawsuit was that when he was being sued by his maid or his house cleaner, and that you guys found it. I mean, there's just like profound irony here, where you guys like literally grabbed his fucking the fucking court case against him and his maid, and now you're complaining that because it was public information. Now you're complaining that this will also be public information. Like, you don't get to have it both ways, motherfucker. You know, it doesn't make any sense.
He has no defamation case. Criticizing Ethan for the things he has said and done is not lawsuit worthy. If he sues, it's just to get the mod information.
Well, I mean, if you guys are knowingly interpreting things out of context, like, I think that you could probably win a defamation case on that if you could prove that.
He's threatening the Snark mod on Instagram right now. And this is kind of how I feel about it. And I want to go back to his own Instagram story about this. Because he said it's called a subpoena, not doxing. It's a routine part of civil litigation.
True.
Blah, 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 blah. So he's saying he's not doxing them. However, on his very first post, he's saying, it won't save you scumbags from what's coming. I can't wait for your family, friends, work, and school to know what you've been up to. So he wants their information publicly available out there.
I just want to be clear. I gotta say this last time. I've said it multiple times in this video already. We're gonna say it one more time, guys. One more time. These Snark motherfuckers got Ethan Klein's lawsuit that his caretaker or whatever filed before Ethan got it himself. It's public information. Now these same people that grabbed that and signal boosted it and virtue signaled about how he was this horrible boss, it's gonna now it's gonna happen to you. It's not doxing. It's public information. You did it to him. He's doing it to you. What do you, like, I don't know what to tell you. It's that's all it is. You're getting a taste of your own medicine. You're getting a taste of your own medicine. I don't understand. And, like, you know, your family and friends are going to find out about it. And, like, they probably aren't going to give a fuck, but you're going to look like a stupid ass bitch. Like, that's what's going to, that's what, you're going to look like an asshole. That's what it is. People are going to know. So I don't know. I mean, sorry. That's just what's going to happen. I doubt that they're going to get harassed or hurt or harmed other than this lawsuit that might destroy them. But
he wants people to know who these snarkers are, who these mod teams are.
Good. The internet is too anonymous. You have too many people on the internet doing shitty things. You got all these racists on Twitter. Say it in public. You know what I mean? Say it in public, bro. That's where we got to go.
He wants the information out there. He wants it to have real life consequences for them.
Yeah, like money, baby.
Now, again,
Ethan, here's the thing. The reason why I'm so adamant about this is Ethan said that whatever money he wins from the defamation case, he's going to give it to me in Teddy Fresh merchandise, okay? So I'm like, yeah, Ethan, fucking win, destroy them.
If there's something really heinous going on that I don't know about that is crossing legal and moral boundaries, if there is actually harassment campaign going on against him and his family and his co-workers, fine, deal with it legally. Probably better to do it privately.
You guys didn't give him the same graces with his fucking lawsuit about his maid, so why the fuck would he do it for you guys? Please do it privately. This comes a week after the video where she fucking virtue signaled about how Ethan was a horrible person because he was a capitalist boss and he financially abused his fucking old nanny or caretaker. It's like, what are you talking about? Oh, for them, please keep it anonymous. But for Ethan, it's perfectly okay if we grab the lawsuit before he's even seen it before that he's getting sued with. Oh, double standards, bro. What are you talking about?
However, all I can see is that it's people posting on subreddits. And now, I will say, like, I've seen times I've gone through the H3 Snark a lot in the last week, unfortunately. I
feel like you are a peruser, a consistent peruser.
Like, I'm not a user of it. I've said this before, but obviously I've made about 50 videos about Ethan Klein in the last 4 days, so I've been on it a lot.
You expect me to believe that, girl? You expect me to believe that? I find that hard to believe.
And there are a lot of times on that subreddit I do not agree with what they're saying. I think they're over-exaggerating. I think they're being over...
Like with what? What's an example of that? Because I haven't seen you give a single bit of pushback on anything that they've ever said in these 2 videos that I watched. So what that mean? I just want to know what that mean. What that mean?
Really sensitive about stuff, and I think some of the stuff they take out of context. That's not everything. I agree with...
Like what? Give us an example. Be good faith. Be good faith. Give us like an example of like, you know what, this is, because I haven't heard a single bit. And you saying like, oh, there's some things I don't agree with. It just comes off as like give me something. Give me actual, don't just say, yeah, some stuff I disagree with. Actually be specific. You've brought up so many examples. I just don't believe you.
some of the things they say, but a lot of the time I do feel like they're kind of not purposefully taking things out of context, but missing the context. And yeah, that kind of sucks.
Wait, what?
Context, but as I say, but a lot of the time I do feel like they're kind of not purposefully taking things out of context, but missing the context.
Give us an example. You seem to take everything they say as a fact. What are you talking about?
And yeah, that kind of sucks. But you're a big creator and you're a controversial creator, and that's going to happen.
Okay, so and he gets to fight back against that. I don't know what to tell you.
Like, it's not nice, but you don't need to assume it's a harassment campaign. Like, it can be a horrible thing to experience.
I imagine that Ethan Klein is smart enough, especially considering he's won like every lawsuit he's ever pursued, to talk to his lawyer and have them review the information before he decides to sue them. I don't think that's unreasonable. I don't even think that's being charitable. I think that that's the most commonsensical thing ever. And so to insinuate that it's just like silly little harassment with no real life consequences, when I'm sure he's had a lawyer look through it, it's just silly. Like, why would you think that?
But is that harassment? No, it's just people having opinions on you that maybe you don't agree with. I mean, people have all sorts of nasty opinions about me too. I'm not going to go suing people. I mean, I can't afford to sue anybody.
Well, I mean, there's no like actual obsessed Snark Reddit about you. That's the thing. And that's like one of the things. Like, oh, people disagree with you. People disagree with me. We're not sitting here getting absolutely Nayday dumpster farted all over. So I think that there's probably a little bit of a difference. This is like one of the problems is like, and you see a lot of smaller creators do this, and I'm sure I've done this before, but like I had a small taste of being a big creator on TikTok. Okay, blah, blah, blah. There's a different level of, harassment that you're going to receive when you are a larger creator. And yes, especially if you talk about controversial topics that you probably never understood in your entire life. You know, that's one of the things I like about YouTube. You know, it's a smaller platform, but it's like more successful. It's more consistent. I was really big on TikTok, but I do better on YouTube. You know, you get hit and you get people will blast you out of context horrifically. And it's like, Jesus Christ, it's hard to breathe, you know? I don't think that you understand. And like, I wasn't even close to the size Ethan is, you know? I don't think that you understand that. I think you're just like, oh, it's just some silly harassment. No, it's not. It's fucking insane. And it's very distressing. It can really fuck you up.
Even if I could, I wouldn't be going to suing people. I mean,
why? I would. If I had a valid reason and I had fucking money, baby, obviously I would sue people if they deserved it.
Even an example from the other day. So I made the video clarifying that the Illuminati drama stuff, I hate to call it drama, but you know what I mean, like the lawsuit, it's not still ongoing because Mad Catster posted a video about it. People thought there were new lawsuit allegations being made, new claims being made, and people thought the lawsuit was on again. And I made a video to clarify, no, these aren't new. This is old documents. It is still settled, still over.
Okay.
And even though I tried to do that in the best way I could, and I did make the thumbnail and the title something like, I don't know, there's more ? And I did that so that people who had heard that there was more stuff would...
Right, you clickbait primed the audience to think something, and then you turns out it wasn't that. Gotcha.
You know, click on it and find out, no, there isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Chill, please respect people's privacy. The response I got from some people was still, oh my God, I hate Vangelina. This was so gross for her to do, blah, 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 blah. Even though I was just clarifying. So, like, I don't agree with that opinion of me. Sometimes people give criticism and I'll take it, but I don't agree with that opinion of me. There's a lot of other opinions that I've seen about me that I'm just like, what are you talking about?
Bro, I really don't mean to be like rude, but are you fucking mentally deficient? Like, you are comparing people calling you out for clickbaiting your thumbnail of a video about like a popular drama topic versus people calling Ethan a baby killer. like I don't like what this is what I'm talking about. These people are weird. What are you talking about? There's no way. There's no You're so terminally online. Stop it, please. Stop it. Get some help. Please, for the love of Christ. Ridiculous.
But you move on. And I know he's dealing with a lot more hate than I would get, obviously, because I am irrelevant.
He's being
so
called a
it's
baby
harder
killer.
to deal with, but you need to move on from that unless there actually is some level of genuine harassment going on here. And if
well, that's probably why he's suing. Yeah.
It's just people making posts about you on Reddit, I don't know that that is something that qualifies.
I imagine his lawyers do.
Legal action and publicly making their information available.
Okay, well, his lawyers would know. That's why he's got lawyers and a lot of money.
One more thing I want to say about this, right?
So I'm talking about these whole videos. Like, this isn't that bad. This video's not like terrible so far. There's like some of it's like a kind of ish. This video is as charitable as it can be to Ethan Klein, considering how heavy her audience is, probably hyper-obsessed snarkers that hate Ethan. And so if she's too nice to them, they will absolutely tear her to shreds, so I understand that. But this video always comes with like this slight insinuation that Ethan is in the wrong. Ethan is not valid in the lawsuit, despite the fact that we're talking about a dude who constantly wins his lawsuits and I'm sure had a lawyer look over everything before he moved forward. And it's like, I genuinely, I wonder if it's because you actually, like, I wonder, I wonder if it's because you feel like you have to say that or your audience will turn on you like that. That's how a lot of drama shit happens. I understand. I used to be there too. I'm not anymore. I stopped giving a fuck, you know? And now I have like a normal audience that'll disagree with me and maybe like be pissed off, but they're not going to have a goddamn meltdown and try to like cancel me. But I feel like a lot of her takes come from a fear of like the Snark Reddit. I think she's audience captured. I think she's afraid of them. And that's like funny. And that's funny to me because you're kind of sitting here talking about how, I don't think Ethan really has a lawsuit, blah, blah, blah. But you're terrified of the people that you're talking about right now. You're terrified of the unemployed individuals on Reddit. And that's where that seems to be where your videos are coming from.
Is that it says, I can't wait for your family, friends, work, and school to know what you're up to.
Oh, shit.
School. Which to me, in my opinion, implies that some of these people that he's threatening to release public information on.
Yeah, schools might get rid of them if they are actually saying anti-Semitic shit and then harassing Ethan, then they deserve to get kicked out of their school. If it's some fucking dude going around saying the N-word, they deserve to get kicked out of their school too. Like, okay. Like, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Whether it is doxing or not.
I mean, we could have a whole conversation about the proper rehabilitation for people that say bigoted shit and like maybe like some kind of sensitivity training, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, that seems to be something that's been a standard that's been set. So
kids who are in school.
Uh-oh.
Children.
I'm assuming he means college, just to be clear, but okay.
You're fighting with children now, Ethan. That's like, are you trying to get them bullied? Like, is that the idea? Are you trying to get them bullied to ruin their prospects of like...
He's fucking dumb. What are you talking about?
Actually getting into college.
You think that he's still... I don't know. I don't think a middle school or a high school give a fuck about this behavior at all. I'm pretty sure he's referencing people that are in college. And if they are being anti-Semitic, like he's saying that they are, and like harassing him, then the college might find out and kick him out. And like as a society, we've determined that that's the appropriate step. So
college, if that's what they want to do. For people who are in work, you want them to get fired. You want people with real jobs to get fired because they made a mean post about you on Reddit. Like, is that what I'm understanding here?
No, I think that's not his take.
And if there is something...
I think I'm just going to refuse to believe that she's as fucking stupid as she's presenting herself. Because there's no fucking way she's this dumb. She's well-spoken. She seems reasonably educated. She's young and a little ignorant maybe, but she's not this fucking stupid. You can't be this fucking dumb. Do you really think that this is like the way that you should interact as a content creator? In the short term, it's probably really good because Snark Redditors are like guzzling this shit out. They love it so much. It makes them feel good that they're currently chosen content creators saying whatever they want to be said. But like this is gonna backfire on you insanely. This is going to destroy you and your entire online presence if you continue to do this shit, if you continue to feed into the most toxic moron communities ever, because you're gonna your audience captured. You're gonna be so audience captured that you're not gonna know what to do with yourself. you're gonna be afraid to say the wrong thing to these people, and they're gonna have a meltdown. It's gonna distress you, and you're gonna care too much. Like this is gonna fuck you up bad.
Severely horrible going on behind the scenes. Maybe you should come out and say that, because
I think he's literally has, no? Didn't he say that the people are being like neo-Nazis? What?
Otherwise, it's just making it sound like you were trying to ruin people's lives.
Not really.
In real life.
Okay.
Because they made mean posts about you on Reddit. And that feels like what you're doing is a severe overreaction to what they're doing, even if what they're doing is shitty. Now, 14 hours ago, H3 Podcast was live saying, I can't handle this anymore.
Let's see. Our YouTube, the Snark, some other stuff, H3. Okay.
And then in the thumbnail, you see /YouTube drama, H3 Snark. There
H3
was
Snark.
an
Snark.
I have no idea what that subreddit is. H3 Productions, Fomois, LA Influencer Snark, another one which I have never visited. So let's take a quick look at that.
Huh? I don't even know if I feel like doing this one. It's so depressing.
Okay, well, yeah.
It's in the title.
Somebody said that that's one of his tics now, is coughing. Motherfucker, this guy, he's got GERD. Okay, Ethan's on Ozempic and it's giving him heartburn. That's my fact. It's a fact to me, dude. Okay.
We could use it for Wednesday and
here's
just
what's happening.
stuff.
Damn, cut off Dan.
it's just, you guys have all noticed who are on the subreddit or just on the internet in general, like, I saw this morning. It's a post. There's this video of Jerry Seinfeld going around. I don't know. Actually, I'd like to show it for context. It's a video of some activist going up to Jerry.
I think it was at that SNL.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
I think he was at that SNL thing.
And they said, free Palestine. Because he's pretty pro-Israel. You can tell based on his social media, and his wife is definitely active as well.
And he's Jewish as fuck, yeah.
Oh, I think we got the video.
All right, that sounds fine.
Yeah, here it is. Let's take a look.
Can I get a selfie? Sure. Free Palestine.
I don't care about Palestine.
Yeah, he doesn't care about that.
Look, it's Jerry Seinfeld. You know what I mean? I doubt he's that callous about it.
I mean, whatever. I don't care. I know. I mean, the guy said free Palestine. He's very pro-Israeli. Like, whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, none of this matters to me.
He's pretty callous about it.
I think he's more like.
It was a very.
Okay, I hope we're gonna get to what this has to do with Ethan and Reddit and him on Reddit, because so far this seems like unrelated. I'm sure they'll get to it, but I will say I've seen this clip of Jerry Seinfeld, and all I'm gonna say is that he dated a high school student when he was 39.
Crazy. Wild times, gross stuff. I agree.
So fuck that guy.
I think he's just like what he's just responding to a troll. That was my take.
I mean, it's unfortunate because like we have our age of consent laws are like really out of whack, which is one of the problems. And especially back in the day, people thought like, oh, that's appropriate. You know, it's an unfortunate reality that there are some men that will like engage with, you know, basically children if it's legal. You know, like for instance, in Ireland, the age of consent is 17. So it's like, you know, it's so interesting because we hear a lot of people talk about this, which you should talk about it, but like nobody like pushes to actually raise the age of consent in any of their own countries to like 18 plus, you know. Nobody does it. It's fucking bizarre. It's I don't know. I just feel like we should, like most states in the United States, 16. Fucking crazy. Why? Socially, we are aware that that's inappropriate. But like, especially back then, people didn't give a fuck. Men are disgusting. Like I don't really give a fuck. Men are fucking pigs. Men are disgusting animals, and there are some men that like you have to legislate their morality, or else they're not going to follow the rules. Some people can be empathetic and understand that a 16-year-old is a dumb, stupid, fucking idiot, and some people are dumb, stupid, fucking idiots, and they're like, well, the law will put me in jail, so I guess I shouldn't fuck this 16-year-old. Like that's the unfortunate reality. So, and it's not just men; women have their own problems too. But you know, fucking, it's terrible. He was 39. How old is Seinfeld now? What's his age now? He's 70. So it's like 30-something years ago. So like 30 years ago, especially, nobody gave a fuck about that. You know what I mean? And
obviously, he's definitely pro-Israel.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
Unquestionably.
I mean, obviously, I don't like that he said that, but like, I fucking hate when people do this shit. Like, just put up the camera and like try to force someone to endorse whatever it is on the spot. Like, I feel like that was.
I mean, if he really didn't want to say it, he would just walk away.
Right. The guy knew what he was doing. He was trolling him.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure Jerry gets this like all the time, everywhere he goes. Right. So. I don't know how callous he actually is. Obviously, I wouldn't say that, right? It happened to me when I got charged up on at the guy on Rodeo Drive.
Mm-hmm. You handled it much better than Jerry.
I like Palestine. Free Palestine. I agree. You know what I mean?
I'm free tomorrow.
But obviously, Jerry's Jerry.
I mean, he's a known asshole, right? Like Jerry's.
I mean, he's definitely an asshole.
He's an asshole. Yeah.
I think
he's 70.
That's just like
so
part
we
of
all
his
agree.
character.
Yeah.
A selfie?
Although I do think it's kind of funny how the guy is like, he's very soft about it. He's like, free Palestine, maybe?
Maybe, come on.
Free Palestine.
I don't care about Palestine.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I feel like that was Jerry. I felt like that was Seinfeld from Seinfeld.
It did.
All right. You're running a little too hard on Jerry Seinfeld here. I will be honest here. Chill the fuck out. Like, who gives a fuck? Jerry Seinfeld obviously doesn't care about Palestine. He's an old Jew, so he's an old Israeli Jewish guy, and he doesn't really get. And we all know that old people are just dumb as shit anyway, right? They're dumb. That's why they voted for Trump. We get it. He's kind of a fucking prick. Hopefully, you know, as time goes on, we'll have less people with dumb opinions, you know, and then we'll have new people with dumb opinions, and those youngsters will follow us on. But yeah, Jerry. But what's the point of all this?
I feel like that.
He's like, I don't know about that. Anyway, obviously I disagree, right? Free Palestine, whatever. The point is, not whatever. Free Palestine. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Sorry, he so quickly went, oh shit, they're gonna clip that with the whatever, and they're gonna focus.
Yes, the people are going to take him out of context intentionally. Yes.
On the whatever.
The point is this was posted on the subreddit Faux moi. Did I say it right?
Faux moi.
Almost. For moi.
Okay.
Faux moi.
Which means
right.
Not I, maybe? No. Let me look it up.
Faux is like fake.
Moi means me.
Wasn't it?
I'm a phony.
Play on that? Isn't it a play on the famous Instagram account?
It's a play on du moi, which means
fucks moi.
To me.
I don't give a fuck about French people, dude.
Well, anyway, you guys probably know about Faux moi. It's a gossip. It's a big gossip. Instagram page. Is that, I don't know if it's more serious than that. But I know about the Instagram page, and they have a large following on Reddit.
Very large.
And they've become one of these like Snark. I think the mods in this are the same ones as Snark. There's like this insane crossover, and it's just turned into like a H3 Snark subreddit to the point where it's like all their top posts seem to be about like anything about me, and then like old stuff about me.
Gotcha.
It's the top 1% of Reddit, 4.4 million members.
Oh wow. Wow.
It's like
Are we getting to how the Jerry Seinfeld post? We are going to get to why this is related, right? Please.
So just to be clear here, I do raw video reactions. So that's a complaint I'm allowed to make. You could have started wherever the fuck you wanted to start. You've been editing your video. Why not just edit this out? You don't have to, but I just mean that like based on the way I do my content, I watch. And so if I'm like, hey, get to the fuck, that's kind of like what you edit your stuff. You make more meaningful edited content. Why don't you just skip it? Why don't you just fucking edit this part out and get there?
The biggest. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, I didn't realize it was that big. So here in the comments of this this clip of Jerry saying, I don't care about Palestine. No wonder Ethan and Hila love him so much. They have a lot in common. I mean, the only thing I have in common with Jerry, as far as I can tell, is that we're both Jewish.
True.
Right.
In terms of our politics, anyway.
Sure.
I mean, I think we probably both agree that Israel shouldn't be annihilated, but I don't think that's uncommon belief.
I agree with that.
I mean, they're really fucking unfunny, too. Hold the phone. Who, boy, that's the H3 dude, right? He's a hardcore Zionist, too. I wonder why I stopped seeing much about him after the sub was hitting the front page every week for a while. Yep, unfortunately, he's a full-on Zionist. I think a lot of it has to do with Hila, since, she was literally in the IDF and born there. Yeah. Again, born there being some kind of... I find that odd that that's...
That's in the negative column.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I am going to have to, at least just for myself, I'm not saying for a video, like I just want to know, I need to do some kind of deep dive of my own research of Ethan's views on Israel, Palestine, all that stuff, because I just see bits here and there, and I do see all the stuff saying that he's like a hardcore Zionist, and I just want to know what's going on, like actually. So, because here he's saying free Palestine, right? So I don't know what the deal is there.
Oh my God, she's becoming self-aware. I think she's starting to realize that maybe people are saying the wrong things about Ethan. Here, listen, I know that you're going to watch this video. Maybe I'll even make this the introduction to the video, or you're going to watch the introduction at the very least. I will tell you Ethan's take. I feel like it's something you probably already should know on it, but I will tell you Ethan Klein's take on Israel-Palestine. Israel has the right to exist. That is his take. But it doesn't have the right to engage in genocidal practices onto Palestine. Netanyahu's a war criminal. He believes in a two-state solution because Israel and Palestine right now, these two groups hate each other. Very complicated history. I would even go as far to say that he would agree that the border should be facilitated by allies of both Israel and Palestine. And I would say, and this is an assumption, Israel should pay Palestine reparations and obviously give some of the land back. 90% of that Ethan has said out loud. Some of that I'm adding as my own take, and I would imagine that he agrees with it. I just feel like personally, especially since the entire harassment campaign that surrounds Ethan Klein has to do with his take on Israel-Palestine, I feel like you should have known that. But I will give her credit because she's talking out loud. She's like, wait a minute, and I respect that. I'm not even kidding. That's not a joke. I can respect that.
And I would like to actually. Like, if people can point me out to stuff, whether you hate me and are a fan of H3 or you hate H3, just point me in the direction of stuff that I can see his own words on this, because I want to know.
Brainwashed, and even said she reads the news to him. What? I don't know what the fuck that's referring to.
But they're saying that, that she watches news from Israel sometimes.
Yeah, and she relates it.
Yeah, who doesn't look at the news in their own native country?
Yeah.
People are so weird about Israel media because, like, you'll see people all the time being like, even according to Israel media, they said this happened.
Mm-hmm. What's happening here?
But then at the same time, it's like, oh, she reads Israel media, so she's obviously brainwashed and a Zionist. It's like, Israel is a free society with free press. It has the whole gambit.
Range of opinions
sources,
in the press.
Just like
right, like it has, like in America, we have press that disagrees with like our president, except he's trying to, defund. I think he did, right? Didn't he like defund NPR like a fucking sociopath? I think he also announced today that like only him and like the fucking attorney general or something can interpret the law, like an actual fucking psychopath. He opens an investigation to NPR and PBS. Like, give me a fucking break. He threats to fund all U.S. public media. Okay, incredible. Great.
America does, you know what I mean?
I shouldn't express any opinions on American media because I'm going to America soon, and I feel like they're just going to like not let me through.
Why do you feel that way? Like, Trump is trying to literally defund the public funding for public funded media, like NPR, which I think is like the best of the medias. Like, so it's very clear that we have a free media that has the ability to be disconnected from the government. Like, that's the whole point. The government gives them money regardless of what they say. That's the whole point. right? He wants to push it as this idea that like, oh, it's just propaganda from the state to hate me. It's like, you won twice, bitch. Like, shut the fuck up. Stop pretending that you're a victim. But okay.
But free press.
Yes.
I don't really read American stuff too much, so I don't know. But I haven't heard the greatest things about it.
Okay. Well.
But yeah, I'm a full Zionist. Hila reads me the news apparently.
Oh yeah, it's something else that for her to understand is that like the way that different people use the term Zionism. Some people use the term Zionism, I would say most people, that just believes Israel's right to exist. Other people use the term Zionism as I think it's okay for them to genocide Palestinian people, and it's a dog whistle to say like anybody who identifies as a Zionist, even if it's just, hey, I think Israel should exist, but they don't get to do whatever they want. It's a dog whistle to say that all of them are bad. That's why Zionism is becoming kind of almost like a slur, because people will dog whistle it to hate on Jews in general.
But I don't want to give her all the credit. They're equally just as awful about this. He'll spew Zionism and then be like, yeah, whatever, I'm pro-Palestine, sure, with a link to Snark. And it's become to the point where there's like this faux moi, there's YouTube drama, there's Snark, and now I even started seeing it on this subreddit. There was an attempt that seemed to all be somehow run by these people.
Ethan's making me cough, dude. It's actually pissing me off.
And it's come to the point where it's just like completely nonstop, relentless. Like the harassment that me and Hila are receiving is just genuinely unfucking comparable. Like nothing I've ever dealt with. And to the point where I don't know how it's allowed on Reddit. Like an organized harassment campaign spreading across multiple subreddits, targeting like two specific people. It's so fucked up.
What the hell does this post say?
I know what it is.
H3 fans are attacking Brittany Broski and claiming she's anti-Semitic for distancing herself from Ethan/Hila and
so
unfollowing
confused.
anything H3 related.
This is funny.
The truth is because Ethan showed her a prolapsed anus when she was on their podcast without her consent. Okay, I'm not going to go into this now because
it's almost funny watching this. Yeah, Howie Mandel showed a prolapsed asshole on TikTok. Ethan was showing it to other creators. He had her on and he showed it to her. She seemed to get a kick out of it. If she is distancing herself, it absolutely is Israel-Palestine. Like, again, I don't necessarily blame her. That's not her forte. It's a very controversial topic. If Ethan wants to continue to talk about it, which I think is a good thing, some people are just not going to want to associate with that type of conversation. I don't see Brittany Broski trying to hang out with Hassan either. So it's not like she's picked a side. She's just like, hey, this is too much for me to talk about. I'm going to kind of stay out of it a little bit because I don't want it to like turn into something. There's nothing wrong with her doing that. I can understand the decision. But that title is fucking intense, obviously.
This is already long enough, but do you guys want me to go into that in another video? Or are you sick of me talking about Ethan? Just
it allows this and doesn't do anything. It's
sorry, I'm admiring my
like,
traps.
well, I don't know. They're literally waiting for someone to kill themselves. Like it's so fucked up, dude. It is so sick.
Maybe.
H3 fans are attacking Brittany Broski, claiming she's anti-Semitic for distancing herself. The truth is, Ethan showed her prolapsed anus when she was on the podcast. We've been over this.
He read it? Is that why it's called Reddit?
Oh, fuck.
Did everybody know this? Is this like when I had the realization of why they're called pancakes? Oh, no.
This fucking insane talking point. I did not know that Brittany unfollowed me, but I'm assuming if she did, it was...
Did she unfollow him?
Probably because of the amount of harassment she received. I remember she was getting harassed for the mere...
Well, I would imagine that she would get harassed more by like Ethan Detractors because she dared to associate herself with him.
Fact that she didn't talk about.
Brittany's own fans ate her alive because she wasn't saying anything. Yeah, I remember that. That was a while ago. That was like right at the beginning. And she just like, I don't really know what to say. I'm not like, I don't really know what the fuck's going on. I'm just like a content creator. I don't really know what to do. Which, by the way, I respect that. So,
or no, she said she didn't want to talk about it because she wasn't an expert. I think she said.
On Twitch TV, of course not, dude. I haven't been on Twitch like 2-3 years. Number one, number two, if I was, I'll tell you right now, with everything going on Twitch, with their very clear anti-Semitism, with them blocking like Israel for like a year from creating new accounts, and for them pushing all this anti-Semitism, I canceled every single one of my subs towards everybody that's on Twitch. Like I have no interest in engaging with that platform in any capacity. So like I probably will never go back again. Just to be clear.
And she got like mega fucking harassed for that. So I'm not surprised that the same people would be like, you know,
trying to get this adjusted.
Why do you follow them?
Yeah,
all that.
And I mean, she seems to be someone that cares about that. So this was just from yesterday. This is from 3 hours ago. 2,000 points. I mean, I don't know how. Probably got a lot more than that by the end of it.
It's worth noting too that video that they attached as their evidence for that being the case, she doesn't say that at all in that video.
I didn't even see it, but I know on the show we were having fun, and then she went on Cody Co's podcast the next day and was laughing about it. Like it's so obvious we were having fun, and she wasn't.
I mean, that happened years
Isn't
ago.
Cody Co weird?
If she
isn't Cody Co weird, or am I thinking of somebody else? Who's Cody Co? Is he a weird guy?
Recently unfollowed. I don't know the timeline, but
okay, just to go back a bit because I thought they were going to focus more on that. So he's calling this harassment campaign. I don't know that it is. I mean, if he can prove that all these people are the same people as he's saying, which The other side are obviously saying, no, that's not the case.
Well, you know what? These motherfuckers are shutting down their shit, so.
Then I guess, but it doesn't feel like a harassment campaign. It just feels like he's made himself really unpopular with a lot of people. Again, I mentioned this in my last video. I disliked him for my own independent reasons, and I'm sure a lot of people did. Now, I'm not somebody who then finds my way to Snark Reddits. It just wouldn't be me. Okay,
you did. Sure you did find your way to Snark Reddits because you've been using them as resources.
Some people found their way there.
Uncritically.
And a lot of people just don't like the things he has to say because he keeps doing more egregious shit.
Like what?
Like this. Like what he's currently doing. So,
like the lawsuit?
I don't know. Again, if there is some like actual evidence of this being a campaign against him, fine.
Oh yeah, he's the one that might have slept with Tana Mojo under 817, right? I wonder if that was like a subtle nod, being like, oh, knowing Ethan, I wouldn't doubt that was a jab. Where he's like, oh, I don't think it went too bad. And then after the next day, she was on Cody Ko's podcast because he's in a controversy, just to be like, okay, you know, she'll associate with him, but not me, potentially, you know?
What's the phrase? I'll eat my hat, and I'm actually wearing a hat, so that works today.
I'll eat my balls.
If it's just posts on Reddit, and he's saying like this is some of the most horrible stuff he's gone through, you just like don't read the. What's that post that somebody was from ages ago? Who posted that? It was like some celebrity or something, and it was something like, "Bro, how is cyberbullying real? Just like close your eyes or something, or like turn off the internet or something like that."
Okay.
This is how I sound right now, but like. Is it crossing over into your real life? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is obviously crossing over into his real life if people don't want to work with him and his wife. Yes, it is very clearly impacting their actual day-to-day.
I don't know, but maybe just don't read it, because it feels like he's spending a lot of time reading this stuff. Maybe don't read stuff about yourself.
That's good advice, but you know what? It's having an actual impact on him, so that's probably why.
Yeah, I doubt it was about what happened 2 years ago and not, like you said, about like the current harassment that's going on.
Yeah, and so
that makes sense, right?
That's part of the gaslighting they do is they be like, it's not all of us who are openly harassing her for associating with you. It's because he made a joke about a prolapsed anus to her 4 years ago. So that's on YouTube Drama. How many points did it get ultimately?
4K almost.
So 4,000. This is from YouTube Drama. H3 is pursuing legal action against Reddit group H3 Snark, which is just a fucking insane, outright, freakish lie. 7,000 points. The people that looked into this have no fucking clue what they're talking about. And I will get into this soon. And I promise you it will be good. Mm-hmm. So just stand back and stand by. But what they're referring to is just a DMCA. Like one of their posts of like the hundreds, if not thousands, got DMCA'd. And so the story is that I'm trying to sue them and silence free speech because one post of 1,000 got DMCA'd.
Yeah, I did talk about that as well.
Oh, so I guess this was before he decided to push a lawsuit?
And at the time, it looked like there was going to be a lot of stuff that was DMCA'd, but it seems like it was just only one or two things.
Good. Listen, here's the thing. No problem with people putting clips up there, but I imagine there are people probably putting Ethan's entire coverage of like a thing, like probably the content nuke up there, just so that they don't have to give Ethan the view. But he made the thing, so you should give him the view, or me the view, right? Because at least I'm doing transformative reaction to it.
So I'm not sure, like, if it just ended there.
Maybe you could watch Hassan react to it if he ever does that.
If it was, then fine. I guess if it was just a full re-upload or something, fair enough. But again, he is Mr. like fair use man, so
yeah, I don't think that fully uploading something is fair use.
I don't know,
because I remember him talking about this. He was talking about how people would just like upload, like he was criticizing Denims and for her like just doing the full react just so that you didn't have to watch it through him, or just doing a full watch just so you didn't, and she barely gives any commentary on it. She just like makes faces and laughs when he talks about how women are raped, because she apparently is okay with that.
They're big free speech warriors over there, so
they could of course read. I mean, it is a well-reasoned statement by our attorney that they could just read that. It explains pretty thoroughly and legally why certain posts were DMCA'd. But I promise you guys, just stand back and stand by. I don't need to get into it now, but I will explain everything at the appropriate time, which will be soon. So yeah, that's YouTube Drama, 7,000 points. YouTube Drama, Klein steps away from the H3 podcast, calling you off going on a good guy, which is a repost of H3 Snark, 2,000 points. YouTube Drama 12 days ago, Klein without evidence claims an artist is anti-Semitic.
Do you think Evangeline would be willing to talk to Public God? I feel like she could really benefit from conversation with a creator who's been part of the same. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe. To be honest with you, if I was her, I wouldn't talk to me. It's only because, like I said before, I think she's like super audience captured, and there's a way to like slowly distance yourself from that. But if she had a conversation with me and it was civil, which it probably would be, unless she was going to be fucking crazy, they're going to shit on her relentlessly for that, you know? So like just optically for her career, the conversation is not very smart, at least in my opinion. You know, a lot of times I think, in general, as a content creator, people get warped into this concept of being of like announcing things, right? You'll see content creators be like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm done doing that. I'm deleting this channel. I'm not doing Twitter 15 times. Tipster, what the fuck? And like the conversation isn't the exact same, but like it's a lot of whiplash. Sometimes you could take a deep breath and you could absorb information and you don't have to make a decision and like change your entire self like instantaneously. You don't want to whiplash yourself or your audience. You know, it's more one of those things where you take a deep breath and you kind of figure out how do you want to move forward to be a little bit more sensitive to the topic. I just don't know if it would be like smart for her to even do if she was even interested. I mean, I would be interested. I'm chilling. It's not. I don't give a fuck. But that's just my opinion on that.
It will not work with Teddy Fresh because she's Israeli. Once again, this ongoing gaslighting campaign to make us look crazy. You know, like Hila is 100% right. He unfollowed her because of her stance, because she's Israeli or whatever, because she's not an Israeli.
Oh, he unfollowed her? I didn't know that. Why didn't I know that? I knew that like he wouldn't work with her.
Like volunteers to kill herself. I don't know what they want. She's 100% right. But they just create any little amount of doubt to crazy make and to make us look insane. So that's
crazy make.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's like when a group of people collude to make someone try to make someone lose their mind by like mass gaslighting them.
Wow, terrible.
So they see, this is what I'm not getting. Like, again, I get it's not nice to have people say mean things about you all day, every day, right? But is them sharing negative opinions about you gaslighting?
I think you're out of your depth at this point. I think at this point, like, she's very well-meaning, but she just needs to stop. I don't think that she understands like how aggressive this fucking like obsessed campaign has been to go after Ethan Klein. I think that's what the problem is. She just doesn't understand.
Mass gaslighting. I feel like that word is getting thrown around far too much.
I don't think that you understand how deep this runs. This has been going on since 2023. So like a year and a half.
Like, people learn these new words and they just throw them around constantly. It's very irritating.
The son's community.
Okay.
He does, and just
true, but not applied very well.
General, these activists do. I've noticed because like nobody actually believes that Brittany Broski unfollowed me because I showed her a prolapse video that we all laughed about like 4 years ago. Like nobody believes that, but somehow everybody's on board with like, oh yeah, of course that's why, you know. And it's the same thing with Hila.
Well, I mean, they probably do believe it. That's why they posted it, right? They're not just. It's not like everybody got together in a little convention center and said, "Hey guys, this is the lie we're spreading today. Everybody has to go with the lie." Okay, everybody go with the lie. Like, they probably do believe it.
I mean, some of them probably do believe it. I think that there are definitely people out there that are just trying to make him look as bad as possible and just trying to spin a narrative that like everything is because he's, you know, pro-Israel or whatever. So I don't think anybody got together, but all you have to do, this is how these things work, is all you have to do when somebody is hated, especially in your community, is say this person is bad and everybody will bandwagon it. And even if people don't agree with it, they won't post on they won't say anything. Those people won't say anything, but they're not going to actively speak up and be like, well, guys, actually, to Ethan's credit, I don't think that they're not going to do that. That's not how that's going to work.
I haven't looked into that, as you know, so
either they're absolutely fucking stupid or they're disingenuous. Either way, they're fucking annoying and they're losers.
And this video is not about that. But whether it's true or not, I think they probably do believe it.
Why is part of
this artist told her this? There's no question about it. Based on, you know, I've talked about it. Whatever. They were friends. They were friendly. They've been in touch. They've supported each other. You know what I mean? It's because of that. There's no question. So that's 5,000 points. Ethan Klein postpones his content nuke for another week. Oh,
this is a while ago.
That's just a statement of fact. Am I missing something?
They were just hyped about it.
I was hyped about it. I was on vacation. I was in Disney, motherfucker.
Comprehensive list of all of Ethan Klein's most controversial, outrageous, vile moments. This is on Faux Moi. Like, how isn't that like a pop culture like gossip page?
Ethan's
like,
pop culture, baby.
Just turned into
He's
a straight up subreddit
dedicated
to harassing people. Like, they don't even know how to spell my name. Please, you know what I mean? If you're gonna hate this hard, at least spell my name right.
Also, from my understanding, most of these subreddits
is for incredible. I love that I couldn't hear anything she said. What the fuck?
Like current things happening around pop culture or just internet drama. But with you, they always bring up stuff from the past, I noticed.
Like Ethan Klein, greatest hits. That's not topical. It's not pop culture. It's literally just incitement of harassment. And they all get thousands and thousands of views. And it's all old shit that just keeps getting dug up and rehashed between these three subreddits.
So I'm seeing people say, I'm looking into it right now real quick, but that these subs all share common mod.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Why does Reddit is fucking sleeping at the wheel. This shit that they're allowing is so fucked, dude. They have the same moderators on all of these fucking huge subreddits.
Is that like a problem, being like a same mod for multiple subreddits? Because I feel like that's how you would do it, like just fundamentally. you'd want like a mod who is helps run a really popular Reddit to run your popular Reddit as well, because they obviously know what they're doing. No?
Yes. That are just weaponized harassment, and they're all links to Snark, of course.
Snark
on Dumoy. Like, are you what? How is that even
or,
fucking?
I guess maybe he's like referring to a conflict of interest, because they're just like, yeah, they're just signal boosting their other Reddit to try to kind of group push them in.
Relevant at all? You know what I mean? This is all shit I've talked about a million times. You know what I mean?
Ethan, stop coughing.
I guess he is going to come out with his proof.
I have threats too, bitch, so I can say fuck you and your threats.
Proof that these are all the same people. But right now it's just a vague allegation.
It doesn't even matter. Just to be clear, like this argument Ethan made does not even matter. If they aren't the same people, it literally doesn't change anything about like the overall lawsuit of the alleged harassment, which I think has credibility because I don't think Ethan is stupid enough to move forward without, actual evidence or having a lawyer look over it. So, like, it doesn't matter. It's one of those things where if it's wrong, it's so irrelevant to what's going on.
With no concrete evidence behind it. And also, he's saying, like, why is Reddit allowing this, blah, blah, blah. Like, Reddit does not care about you.
The hell is a power mod on Reddit?
I'm sorry, you're not the main character.
What?
You can make the argument, there's a vague allegation with no concrete evidence behind it. And also, he's saying, like, why is Reddit allowing this, blah, blah, blah. Like, Reddit does not care about you. I'm sorry, you're not the main character.
I mean, just to be clear, Ethan is probably more the main character than we are. What are you talking about? They're like actively talking about him. What? I mean, if this does go against his shit, then they have the right to call it out. Let's just be clear. Ethan was the one who was able to win a massive lawsuit to defend people's ability to engage in fair use. But he also got Twitch demonetized for a time because of the anti-Semitism that was blasting out of there. He's very effective. So why are we pretending that like when he talks, people don't listen sometimes? What are you talking about?
You can make the argument, they're harassing other people. Like, they've said shit about me that I don't like.
Okay, but stop. Just stop inserting yourself in this. You're not even close to anywhere near his size. I don't think you've ever been like a large creator.
We just move on, and we hate them silently.
Here it is 5 days ago, FOMO. Ethan and Klein practicing.
I'll tell you one thing, I don't hate anybody silently.
Anti-Semitism in Israel. 5,000 points. Are you serious?
Okay, so on Reddit, a power mod a power mod. Okay, great. That's how they decided to fucking define it. Refers to a moderator who wields significant influence across the platform due to the moderating multiple subreddits, often perceiving as having disproportionate power. Okay, interesting. I'm not a big Reddit banned the Hassan Snark like instantly. Reddit does try to ban these insane Snark pages, I believe. Oh, did they actually ban the H3 Snark page? Did they fucking ban it? Wait, August, are you telling me? Are you telling me that they banned Snark, or did I misread what you said? Did I misread what you said? I don't know. I probably misread what you said, honestly.
You guys care about a Jewish man in a video from 10 years ago making fun of some Orthodox Jews in Israel? Like, you actually fucking care about that? Of course not. Does anyone actually think I'm anti-Semitic for that? No. 5,000.
Okay, so I'm not Jewish, right?
Okay, clearly. I don't think you know what he's talking about. So he made like a comment about like Orthodox Jews. Listen, Orthodox anything is fucking bizarre. Let's be real.
So I can't.
Oh, Reddit deleted the Snark for Hassan. Oh.
Really speak on this, and people are gonna get mad. But like, I feel like you can make jokes about your own culture. Like, I will say shit about Irish people, and I'll say shit about people from the.
See, orange people. Sorry, I was being loud.
I feel like you can make jokes about your own culture. Like, I will say shit about Irish people, and I'll say shit about people from the Balkans and Macedonians and stuff.
Yeah, I'll say shit about white people. I'll say things about whoever I can get away with saying about. Just to be clear, I just like to fuck around and make jokes. Okay, it's all in good jest, but you got to know your limits. All right.
So I think that's okay. I've seen a lot of stuff about like Ethan Klein is anti-Semitic, and I will say like you can joke about your own culture.
Dude, she's detracting from the detractors. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Like, I feel like that's okay.
Thank you.
And actually, no, my DNA test said that I'm 11% Jewish, so
like Ashkenazi or something.
Which obviously I know how that's not how it works.
It kind of is a little bit ish, maybe. It depends. Like, there's an ethnic Jew. Like, my father is ethnically Jewish and also religiously Jewish, and then he left my mother. So, and right now with all this anti-Semitism shit going on, man, I've never felt more Jewish. Unfortunately, I did cut the Jew curls I had on my hair. I cut them down just so I look a little neater. But when I don't cut them, dude, you guys know I'm fucking sitting here. I got a lot of chutzpah when I got that going on.
I'm joking. It did say that I'm 11% Jewish, but I know that's not how it works. So, and that was also news to me, so clearly not how it works.
More like it was Jews to me. I don't know why that made me actually laugh. That was made silly.
Likes. Every day. 3 days ago. Here's all the designs Teddy Fresh stole. Again, we've been through this.
Yeah,
3,000 points. What is happening? And then the users, they'll delete. They'll make new users, post this shit, and then erase. This happens all the time. Why do they allow these fucking new accounts to post this shit that just erase?
Okay, I will say, to give him that point. That is suspicious.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't understand how Reddit works.
And then the post, of course, stays up. This one is just so stupid. Like, it's a fucking clip art, bro. And they show, like, I've talked about this. Who gives a shit? Here's from...
He's so worked up. Is that really why he's coughing so much?
6 days ago, Faux Moi, Klein, who's a big fan of You Of Gallant, and whose husband literally uses the N-word. It's like, what? Oh
well, like, so did Ethan. A lot.
I'm sorry. I think you misunderstood the post. I want to listen to that again.
Literally uses the N-word. It's like, what? Oh
well, like, so did Ethan. A lot. So
that's what the post says. Yeah, that Ethan was the one. I don't know if you know this, but Ethan is Hila's husband. I think that she misheard that.
So, like,
there wasn't
Wait. Why wouldn't you cut that out? Why would you cut that out? You just had the big cut right there. Why did you cut that out? You rewatched that and you thought that you were like, okay, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's just like silly.
Attempt. 17 days ago, there was an attempt to attack a progressive during the Trump administration. It's a clip from the content nuke of me joking that communism is a problem at the beginning. And
yeah, I figured that people weren't going to like take too kindly to that joke, especially since he didn't explicitly say it was a joke. So people that are kind of stupid weren't going to understand that.
It has 11,000 points.
Whoa.
11,000 points?
It's an epic post.
Of 11-second clip of me saying that communism, just saying communism. What the fuck is happening? 4 days ago, there was an attempt to debate politics like an adult. I think it was really dumb.
I was about to like make a comment on that, but I feel like no.
You probably shouldn't. What's your opinion?
It's just a bad idea for me to speak on politics because like this is not what we do here. I'm not going to start that.
Something
Bro, I don't know what happened, but the tone shifted in this video in such a weird way. Last video we watched of her, she was like going in on how how bad Ethan was for being a capitalist, and like she was fucking totally virtue signaling about that and comparing her country's like laws that were basically the same as ours, being like, "Oh, you guys have this? Oh, you guys have a unpaid breaks? We don't have that here." Yes, you do. It's like, what are you talking about? So there's something like massively shifted in this video, bro. I don't know what the fuck it was, but something definitely changed.
Really dumb. What was it? It was a clip of me.
It was from the
freestyling, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like,
nice.
Dude, the obsession, the amount of engagement, the way that it's like spread out over these different subreddits with similar mods, the way that it's just repost every fucking day, dude. How is this not targeted fucking relentless?
Ethan Klein steps away from the H3 podcast after calling You Of Gallant a good guy. Yeah, this one's over and over again. Again, we've already talked about Gallant was somebody who wanted to end the war. I think he was part of. I think he might have been like part of the defense. I don't remember exactly what he was doing, but he's a politician and he wanted to end the war or the assault on Palestine, and so Netanyahu got rid of him. And Ethan and Hila mistakenly called him a good guy, but and then they walked it back the next time. But their overall point was because he had said something like obviously insensitive about Palestinian people like a while back. But obviously their point was like, hey, Netanyahu is removing people around him that are trying to urge for the end of the war. You know,
this harassment that Reddit is like.
Is this really what he's calling harassment though? Because I keep coming back to. If there's something going on in the background that's actually targeted harassment.
I don't think that she just doesn't understand. She just doesn't understand what she's talking about. And that's not even me like shitting on her. She just doesn't get it. She doesn't know what this means. She doesn't know who Gallant is. She doesn't have a general idea of like what's going on. She just doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't understand how they're using this to say that he wants to kill Palestinian babies. Like this is what they've been doing for such a long time. She doesn't understand like how deep this shit goes and how like fucked up this statement is. Despite the fact that he's remarked on it multiple times and apologized for it. Like she just does not understand what is going on. Like she does not get it. She doesn't really know the topic of Ethan Klein that well. And in this video, she's constantly like questioning herself. It seems like she's almost learning in real time that maybe Ethan isn't that bad, but she's already invited some of the most vile, disgusting, snark losers into her audience. And so this this could be a defining moment for her career moving forward, honestly.
Harassment, then fine, take your legal action. But is all he doing is all that this? Oh my god, this stuff is making me dumb. I'm turning stupid. I can feel it. I can't speak. Is all of this all that he? Oh my god, I've lost the ability to speak. What in the name of God? Is all of this really what he's calling targeted harassment? Because again, and I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again.
Yeah, well, typical reactor, am I right?
It's not nice to go through it. Doesn't feel good. But it's
you're I don't think anybody's calling this woman a fucking baby genocider. So
posts about a public figure that a lot of people don't like. That's what it is. It's saying, here's my opinion on this thing that Ethan did. Here's my opinion on this thing that Hila did. Here's my opinion on this thing that was posted in the H3 podcast.
This is her being safe. She's turning into me. What was I wearing? What hat was I wearing last time? Let's see.
Stuff about content nuke is delayed. There's a lawsuit being made. Like, can you really call that targeted harassment? It's just people making posts about you. I don't get it.
I don't get it. You should probably know a little bit more. I was wearing a white hat. Dude. She's wearing yellow. That's the color of my piss. Here we go, dude. I don't have a New York hat like that because I'm not fucking cringe. Wait, is that even a New York? Why would she have a New York hat on? What the fuck? She's wearing a New York hat? What the fuck? Bro, she's dog whistling. She knows where I live, dude. That's it. She's trying to kill me. She's trying to go after me. All right, here's what we're going to do. She watches this far. I'm going to put a black hat on, okay? Next video that you release must be a black hat. All right, and then the communication is confirmed. All right, and then I will take it as an active threat on my life. I'm just kidding. I'll just be stupid. This is a Willie Mac hat, by the way. Check out his shop.
Green
try to make my own merch now.
Lighting, man. It's really the amount of harassment that me and you have been receiving is unlike anything. I don't think I've ever seen anyone in the history of the internet being harassed like this. I'm gonna say that. Like, and that's
good backwards.
So that could be true. Just give me an example. When have you seen this? Every fucking day.
Fucking Christian.
Chan?
Oh, fuck. See, thank you, Dan. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, sir.
You don't have a wiki dedicated to hating you
the
yet.
level of it, Chris Chan is like some Kiwi Farms like underground goofball.
Even with Chris Chan, it was so isolated to like.
Yeah, Chris Chan was relentlessly fucking assaulted, like worse than Ethan, especially if you compare their sphere. Definitely different. There was nobody on Chris Chan's side. They Chris Chan did horrible things, but I would argue that a majority of it was because of the absolute isolation that they faced. I mean, we're talking about somebody with like autism that from the start of their life, their dad paid people to be their friend, whatever, and then every one of their relationships moving on from then was always performative. It was always somebody trying to fuck with them, troll them. They would show up in pickle costumes because they hated pickles. And they isolated to such a degree that I think that that's one of the reasons why they ended up doing nasty shit to their mother. And there was a literal person sitting there on phone conversations with Christian saying like, you should touch your mother. She wants it. I think she wants it. Still somebody who I think is a threat to society and should live in some kind of a group home setting. But I mean, the way that they were fucked with, worse than Ethan every day of the week, because there's still people on Ethan's side, just to be clear. So
it was like a small community. These are like 3 huge fucking communities. They're posting about me and Hila every fucking day.
Galia actually just sent me a good point. She said CavCav was receiving 30,000 death threats a day.
That's true. He's the only one.
Who?
I got thousands of death threats every single fucking day.
I'm being serious.
Oh, Myron, yeah, he might deserve it. Not to die, but the threats. I mean, he's literally the one who tells women that are assaulted that's their fault for choosing bad guys.
Serious. Chris Chan, sure.
Wait, are you trying to defend Chris Chan? Dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm not going to deal with your bullshit in here. Fuck you. I'm not dealing with this shit. Are you trying to defend a Christian? Okay? That is the coldest take in the entire history of the world. Christian needs to be in a fucking home, that they're endangered themselves and others, but they were relentlessly bullied and harassed into fucking doing horrific shit. What are you talking about? Am I defending Christian? Do you have a brain? Get the fuck out of here, dude. I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to fucking hear it today. I don't want to hear it from fucking kids that don't understand what the fuck they're talking about. Like, I'm not doing it today, dude. I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not doing it. All right? The fact that people didn't, that's what we need to start talking about this shit. What the fucking world of t-shirts is literally brain melting. And he's like an alcoholic because of the fucking people that he surrounded himself with that are trying to take advantage of him. Of course we're going to talk about these topics, dude. We have to. People on the internet with fucking disabilities get relentlessly bullied in like an insane way. It's crazy. It's a real fucking problem. And what happens is you have people on the internet that have disabilities and they get bullied so badly that they start doing shittier and shittier things, and then people are like, oh, see, they're shitty, so it's okay to bully them. That's how these things work, bro. Okay, listen, I don't give a fuck. All right? That's just a take. If you disagree with that take, I don't know what to tell you, dude. What's to disagree with the take? I'm crashing out, sorry.
Sure, but that's just like a Kiwi Farms meme, dude.
Sorry, dude.
Especially in the past couple of weeks, it's just been fucking relentless slander, straight up lies, defamation, just dredging up old.
Oh yeah, Ethan did get swatted multiple times. That's true.
Shit.
Didn't they find Ethan's house the second he bought it when he wanted some anonymity?
And subreddits that it's barely even relevant in, and yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why this is allowed on Reddit. It's really fucked up. I've never seen anything like it in my life, and it's really, I try my best not to let these people get to me, but like everyone that's associated with us, anyone that like comments something favorably, anyone that we tag, anyone we even associate in the most lightest way possible is fucking overwhelmed with these fucking freaks.
I'm gonna be real with you, dude. I have not seen those freaks yet. I was kind of waiting for it. They made a Snark Reddit thing, and then we reacted to that. That was funny. I'll try to remember to put it in the description here. But it's kind of benign for me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not like big enough for people to give a fuck. Maybe it's because I don't give. Maybe it's because I'm nobody. I don't know. But it wasn't as exciting. Maybe it's because Ethan fucking bombed the Snark Reddit the second that they started talking shit about me. That's the real reason he's doing it. He's really doing it to protect me, dude. He's doing it to protect me because he loves me. That's what it is. All right?
That are in a Discord, sharing on all these things, who spend all day coordinating to harass anybody that's associated with us. What have I done again?
Okay, I do agree that that is, like, messed up. Like, if somebody associates with someone you don't like, leave it alone.
Oh, shit.
Again, like...
Oh, shit.
Oh, I feel like I'm repeating myself so much.
Dude, you're going to get consumed by your own audience.
Like, I just don't see this as harassment unless it is like an actual campaign of...
I love this one. Stand back and stand by is in fact a Donald Trump quote. Proud Boys, stand back and stand by, Trump said, but I'll let you blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they're trying to make it seem like Ethan's like anti, like dog whistling to people who want him dead. That's my favorite thing when people, Ethan will like do the hard out to you bullshit. He'll do this Nazi salute like Elon Musk did, and he'll be like, this is obviously a Nazi salute, or he'll make like a stand back, stand by joke, and they're like, see, he's dog whistling. He's fucking Jewish. Dude, Elon Musk and Trump fans hate Jewish people. I don't know what to tell you. They legitimately hate Jewish people. They fucking hate them. So, like, you think he's dog whistling to people who actively hate him? No, you're being stupid as fuck.
Of people, and I've seen examples of that before. There was a whole thing with like Dissociated with a group chat of people being like, okay, so this is what we're going to do to bring this person down, right? Here, I don't know that that's happening. Maybe he has proof of it. He keeps saying he's...
Bro, they have an entire Reddit called H3 Snark. They're basically doing the group chat live. Like, well, maybe there's a private group chat that's trying to coordinatedly attack Ethan. Or maybe it's basically a big public group chat. Maybe it's a public group chat that's doing that. That's called the H3 Snark. It's a text wall. It's a public group chat. Okay? It's a private group chat, except it's in public. That's literally all it is. What are you talking about?
He's going to talk about something. And you know what? Maybe it'll completely change my mind, right? I'm open to changing my mind on this. But as of now, it just seems to me like it's just a lot of posts of people not liking him because he keeps doing stuff to make people not like him. Like I didn't...
Well, in his defense, you don't even really know you don't even know what the conflict is going on.
I think I was going to be making another video about him, but then this happened and I had to talk about it, you know?
Can somebody remind me, what is my crime?
You didn't have to talk about it, I know.
You know what I mean? What the fuck is it that I did?
I mean, it's because he's Jewish. That's the answer. But I wonder if she knows that.
It's so sick.
And he's a little cringe. Let's be real, okay? Ethan, I said it before, he sometimes overly focuses on some of these topics. So sometimes people like will perceive that as weakness, and they'll be like, see, he must be wrong because optically he looks, you know.
Dude.
I kind of like... Don't hate me for this. I do kind of feel bad for him. Like, he seems genuinely upset. But I don't know that, like, publicly threatening these people is the way to make yourself feel better. Like, they're...
Oh, I'm sure it is the way to make you feel better. Are you kidding me? When I'm driving in my car, threatening people makes me feel better. I never threaten people. I just sit there, get pissed off, and my wife says, all right, relax. And I say, okay, sorry. Okay.
Might be better ways to go about it. Being a little bit less online would be helpful, and I say that in a genuine way. Like, I don't mean that in a mean way. Like, if you guys remember, and people who follow me, there was a time period. When the hell was that? I don't remember. I got like viciously harassed by the pro-Anna people on Twitter. Horrifically harassed.
Who? Anna? Who the fuck is Anna?
Like, I was getting called fatspo. They were so...
Called you fat? What?
I've never had that many messages telling me to kill myself before in my entire life. It was like insane.
People called you fat?
And like, online stuff doesn't tend to get to me, but it was so bad that started to get to me. And
well, it's because I don't think that you really get hit with online stuff. So it doesn't get to people who don't really get any meaningful harassment. So like, then it started actually impacting you. Like, oh man, this is upsetting to me. You know?
Obviously this is different because, you know, people don't run into me on the street and know who I am. I'm not a big figure.
Oh, damn. Let me tell you something. People run into me all the time and know who the fuck I am. I think today the young man at Dunkin' Donuts knew who I was. Oh, she's pro-anorexia. That's weird. But I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I got my typical order: 3 turkey sausage wake up wraps and a large raspberry iced tea with 4 Splendas. Because I like to eat that before I go to the gym. I wake up and that's my first meal. That's 720 calories. And then I have my drink and I drink it while I'm at the gym. You know, get the caffeine and shit in there. I pulled up. I swear to God, this kid said Papa Gut, and I didn't know what he said. I didn't really know what I was like. Did he say Papa Gut? And I'm like, oh, here you go. I just gave him my payment. And he was kind of like giggling, like smiling a little bit. So I'm like, he might have said my name, but like, I don't like to advertise on Papa Gut. Like, if you notice me, you're like, yo, are you Papa Gut? Like, I'm like, hey, I'm down to say hi. And I think it's really cool. But I don't like to, I feel like, let's say he didn't say Papa Gut, if I would misheard him, and then I would feel like a stupid bitch. I would feel like a stupid ass fuck, you know? Because I'm like, did you say Papa Gut? Wait, and he'd be like, what are you talking about, idiot? You know? So I just like, okay, I just moved on. I just got my stuff and I was like, all right, peace. I was like, have a good day, bro. You know, but I get noticed mostly for my TikTok and Instagram shit. Do I do pictures of fans? Yeah, if you see me, fucking walk up to me respectfully, I'll do pictures with you. You just have to ask me. I'm never gonna ask you if you want a picture with me, because I'm not gonna like, you want a picture of me? Because one time someone said no. Because sometimes people feel a little embarrassed to ask for pictures. So one time I was like, oh, you want a picture? And he's like, nah, I'm good. I was like, oh fuck, I felt like a stupid ass. So I was like, all right. So now if you want a picture, you can advocate for yourself. Be like, hey bro, can I get a picture? I'm always down for it. But
stuff like that. It was all limited to Twitter. But what I did was I went offline. I had plans that weekend. I went about my plans.
Cool. Thanks.
Waited for stuff to brush over, and then I was okay. Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't know if you know this, but I don't know what your situation was back then. Not everybody could wait for things to brush over because it's a lot of people's jobs. And she seems to do decently with some views. So I'm not sitting here saying that she's like a big smelly poop head or anything like that. I'm not trying to make the claim that she smells like poop. All right. If you think I'm making that claim, that's slanderous. But I mean, for some people, like, this is a legitimate job and you can't just take a break from it. It's not that simple of like, oh, I'm going to take a break, you know? But maybe this is her only, and like, maybe, I mean, I imagine she would understand that, no?
You know, you have to just get on with it. And I get that it's hard. And I'm not trying to say this in a way to be like, oh, this is all your fault because you're reading this stuff. Like, I know how that sounds like how it's coming across, but you do have to maintain a level of self-care that if it's affecting you this badly, just find ways to deal with it. Go get a therapist who's more equipped to tell you how to deal with this and how to cope with this. And again,
what the fuck are you talking about? You virtue signaling? What do you get if you're getting online harassed, get a therapist? I mean, sure, get a therapist, and then also stop the online harassment. If you allow these people to continue to talk without any, like, listen, this is scaring them. They shut down the Snark Reddit, or they put it on pause, which means that they know that they're doing something wrong. It's working.
If he really does have an actual legal reasoning here to go after people, then fine. If there is something going on that we don't know about, fine. But I still think you should deal with it more privately and not make this a whole public arena and waiting for, oh, I can't wait for these people's...
She's looking for, she needs to have a criticism of him, and she knows that. Like, I think she's afraid of her own audience, honestly. Because, like, we already know he did, like, they did the same thing to him. They signal boosted they found his fucking lawsuit against him from his housekeeper before he even knew about it. Like, he's just doing the same thing that they did.
Friends and families and work in school to find out about what they've been doing so that they get harassed in real life and fired and bullied in school or whatever else.
It's just sick. I don't know what to say. I mean, if I cared less, I would just quit. I mean, I would just stop. Like, this shit is just not fun. It's just fucking insane. I've never seen anything like this. Nothing. It's nonstop. Every day. Look at it. You know? And this is just from like the past 2 weeks or something. I
wonder if talking about it as actively like this is making people more likely to want to fuck with him because they know they're getting to him, you know?
Get it. I don't know what am I supposed to do with this? Now, obviously, these people, a lot of them think that they're safe. And they will soon find out that they are not safe.
Ooh.
But
get him, dude.
Mr. Egg says, or
what did you just say?
Eggs. But Mr. Egg says,
you say a death threat?
Safe.
Well, I must be mishearing this.
But Mr. Egg says,
is she saying death threat? What are you saying?
Not safe. But Mr. Egg said,
I have no idea what she's saying. What the fuck are you talking about?
Or Meg says it's like a slur to say I'm an H3 fan. It is, and this is why. This is like fucking Russian propagandists would blush at the hate campaign going on against us. It's just unfucking real. What is this?
So Galio put these together. This is one of the mods. There was an attempt.
What's
it's
their
also
name?
one of the mods on Hassan's.
She said bit of a threat. Gotcha. I got you, but I knew that. I was just testing you guys. Okay, fuck off. Okay. A valid threat. Okay.
Also, Hassan Piker.
Israel Crimes. They're a moderator.
This is another one. Also, Hassan Piker. And
Ethan, I swear to God, he's making me cough. It's actually making me fucking cough. Stop.
You guys don't understand how psychotic, how dangerous, how fucking sick these people in Hassan's community are.
True.
Again, look, these are all Hassan mods.
Yeah. I mean, they are.
Who made them mod?
I'm gonna have to look into Hassan, don't I?
You're in for a world of trouble, girl. You should just stop while you're fucking ahead. You should just, unironically, my advice to you: don't even get involved with this shit. Stop talking about it. You're not gonna be ready for this. It's gonna ruin your world. Because she seems like a normal person. So you're going to have to either lie and fucking sweep for Hassan, and then you're going to hate yourself, or you're going to have to tell the truth, and you're going to have to be an Ethan Ryder and understand that he's being fucked. And then everybody in your audience is going to turn on you.
Because I don't know anything about him.
Wow.
I think he's like a communist or something, but like I don't watch political content. I don't.
Well, just so you know, Hassan is not political. He's political drama, so you'll love it. It's really not political.
Especially about like, I mean, I keep up with my own politics, but I don't watch stuff about American politics because I'm not American and I don't live there. Is that what he makes? But
well, just to be clear, like I understand the sentiment, not wanting to be involved in American politics. Oh my God, not wanting to be involved in American politics. You don't live here, but just so you know, our politics matter more to you than your politics matter to us. Like right now, we're like Donald Trump, the weakest president in my entire fucking lifetime, has decided he's not going to support Ukraine in their fight for to preserve their own country from the foreign threat of Russia, a literal dictatorship, genocidal pieces of fucking dog shit of that country. And so like now a lot of the European countries are getting together and be like, okay, we have to help fund Ukraine. Because if once it's like it's Ukraine and then it moves on. If they get through Ukraine, they're going to take over other countries as well. So just keep that in mind.
Now I have to look into this. It's going to bother me.
Well, anybody
Otherwise.
can become a mod.
No,
right?
not on his fucking subreddit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're asking specifically.
Who made him mods? Who made him mods in his Discord? Galia, do you have the Discord logs of that one guy who's like still a mod, was just like has the most heinous comments about Jews? This is one mod.
Maybe.
Send that if you've got it.
She said 1 second.
Yeah, Galia's got it. Oh, the loner box clip. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, send that. That's what I'm looking for.
I think I have that right here. Yes. It's. You got it?
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe it's too quick.
Here's loner box. Looking over this one mod of Hassan's Lucky Pom Pom.
This actually made me reconsider my position on how accidental Hassan's anti-Semitism is, because this is like Jews in America have white privilege. So many privileged Jews.
I cannot.
So true, King. So true.
Read this.
It's scary to anger the Jews right now. Democratic only for the Jews, lol. America is the Jewish war messiah.
Okay, Jewish people are white, but like, what the fuck? White? What the fuck?
They have a lot of Jewish students. They need that Jewish tuition money. This is all in 2024.
Who's saying
this? This is a mod.
Hassan, I guess it's a Hassan mod.
Is this Hassan? Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I'm eyesight not good. Lucky Pom Pom. Is this the mod person, not Hassan? Okay, I don't know.
Is she streaming? Like, I'm not. What is happening right now? Is she on? Oh, she's on a Twitch stream looking at this. I think that's what it is. That must be what's happening. Is she like looking? Okay, there's nothing on here. What the fuck? You're pissing me off, dude. Oh, she hasn't been on like 2 years. Wait, what is happening here? Is this a stream?
I don't know.
The powerful.
You should have just cut this out of your fucking thing.
Zionists. The US Gov is a Zionist Gov. That's literally fucking Zog shit.
He's a Zionist. He's a fucking liar. How much you want to bet that's about me? Liberal Zionist, laugh my ass off. Someone in the US government is Zionist.
This is Nazi shit.
Yeah,
it's crazy how America is so Jewish influenced. That's why every one of our presidents has been Jewish. It's like, what are you fucking idiots talking about?
Dog shit. He's referring to. You start seeing them starting to refer to.
Trump called Zelensky a dictator. Trump's a fucking loser.
Zios, which is a neo-Nazi thing. Zog and Zios, they're following the same dialogue tree as fucking Nazis. Yeah, Zog.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like the Zionist world order.
Oh, Zionist occupation government. Oh, that the Jews control the U.S. government.
Yeah,
gotcha.
exactly.
Gotcha. It sounds like it's supposed to be a slur. Zog is a white supremacist acronym for Zionist occupied government. Oh, refers to common white supremacist belief. Okay. Okay. Which refers to the common white supremacist belief that the U.S. government is controlled by Jews. Gotcha. Okay. So that's basically a slur if you use Jesus Christ.
So they're doing the Zog shit, which is Nazi stuff. And they're doing the Zio. It's
Yeah, I mean, I'm not here to debate that there probably is like anti-Semitism. As stated, not Jewish. It's not something that I've had to go through, so I can't really speak on that. I'm sure there's a lot of it though. Like, people are kind of horrible. So I'm not debating that at all. And I will say, like, probably some of the people that are sending hate or harassing or whatever you want to call it on subreddits might be anti-Semitic. I don't know. I don't know. But that doesn't mean that every single bit of content about you is harassment. I can't
You guys stop talking about this girl. You don't know what the fuck you're getting yourself into.
get behind that, you know? And I'm not trying to defend the people who are anti-Semitic. I'm just trying to say, like, it's not, this is going to sound so stupid. It's not giving harassment campaign.
I just don't think I could be mean to her anymore. I don't think I have the heart to do it because she's just so trapped by her own audience that I don't think anything I could say would can, fucking ruin her career any more than she's about to with fucking associating with these psychopaths.
Don't even know what to do about it. I don't know how to handle it. I mean, I'm doing everything I can. I'm preparing stuff. I'm working behind the scenes. But like, obviously you're limited, especially when these people can sign up without any info on their account. Most of their activities happening on Discord. They erase their account. Like, they'll come. You guys remember the Ramadan thing where someone came, lied about, completely fabricated that I was erasing posts on the subreddit about Ramadan to make me look Islamophobic. And then when we called them out, they erased the account. I mean, oh, God, I gotta hold my tongue because there's a lot I want to say, but I'm not going to say it.
Here's something that maybe cheer you up.
Probably because he's trying to make a lawsuit out of it. But that should ring up a red flag for her.
Carly just donated $20 and said, I want to say I get multiple compliments on my Teddy Fresh whenever I wear it out, and everyone always asks me where, and I tell them where I got it. We love you guys.
That's good. I mean, there's a real world out there.
Ooh.
And it's good to know that. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I have so many thoughts, and it's so conflicting because I do feel a bit bad for him because he seems genuinely upset. And as I said, I am open to changing my mind. I'm always open to changing my mind about stuff because he keeps vaguely saying stuff is going to come out.
Bro, it's so funny. Like, none of these people have gotten have gotten anywhere near the end of this video. They're watching it the first 5 minutes and they're turning it off. Because they're not even, none of them are like, oh, wait, why are you being charitable, Ethan?
So maybe he'll post something so damning that it's just very obvious that this is, in fact, a harassment campaign. But I just want to go back to the very first thing where he says, it won't save you scumbags from what's coming. I can't wait for your family, friends, work, and school to know what you've been up to.
Whoa, Ethan bad?
It just feels like people made mean posts about me, so I'm going to ruin your life. I'm going to make sure your in real life, not online, your in real life is destroyed because you made mean posts about me in subreddits. That's what it feels like to me. And I don't know. Just tell me what you think. Like, do you agree with me? I'm not trying to be overly, like, it's obvious, and you guys know I don't like Ethan, right?
Ethan a bad guy?
For other reasons. I obviously don't want him to be harassed. But as previously stated, it's not giving harassment campaign.
Ethan a bad guy.
I wish I could say that in a much more thoughtful way, but I have been here for over an hour recording this stupid video. Okay, this is supposed to be a 20-minute video. So I'm going to move on. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, and I really, really appreciate that if you do. And thank you for 120,000 subscribers. That's genuinely so lovely and so very, very nice. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Like, comment, share, follow me on social media. I'm Velina Scav everywhere. Check out the Patreon. Have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Guys, here's my opinion. Ethan bad? Ethan bad? Ethan bad? Ethan bad? Ethan bad. Incredible. Guys, we forgot to do this part here. There's a little update on the Ethan stuff. Snark cleaning house in their paranoia. I feel terrible for them. How did I get this DM? Hey, I'm really sorry for you to let you know that we had to remove you as a moderator lately. We've been facing some serious safety issues with people actively trying to dox or harm our moderators. The situation has escalated to a point where we had no choice but to make the tough call to prioritize the safety of all our mods. Unfortunately, we can't share more details right now. I really wish we could provide more info, but in the past, giving out specifics has added to the very risks we're trying to avoid. Fuck. I want you to know how much I appreciate everything you've done as a moderator and the time we've spent working together. Oh, that's so cute. It's incredible. Your efforts and dedication have meant a lot, and I completely understand if you're not happy about this decision. Just know it wasn't easy, and it's all about keeping safety as our top priority. So it sounds like this person is one of the people that are very toxic, getting taken out of the mod spot. I'm really sorry that things have turned out this way. Please know that this decision came from a place of caring for everyone's well-being. Aw. Thanks again for everything, and I'm really sorry it came to this. I'll always be grateful for the time we spent together online. Wow. Sounds like a groomer. I'm just kidding. Let's read this one and then we'll read Ethan's thing. The important difference is that Moses has... Oh, right. This is when he... Okay. The important thing is that Moses has regret about his mandatory service. Eli has never expressed any remorse. That's part of the conveniently leaves out. That's not true. He hates when people mention that his wife wasn't just some force to enlist, but she was an excited, willing participant. Desk work was boring for her. She wanted to go raid people's homes. We obviously don't know every detail about Moses' service. What we do know is that he didn't proudly talk about it as much fun he was having there. Well, just to be clear, doesn't he stealth girls? Like, I don't... I don't know. It just seems like he just doesn't have a podcast. That's the only reason he doesn't say any of this. LMAO, y'all really think he's sorry for serving in the IDF? That's cope is insane. Your boy was a helicopter pilot. Very proud of his service. Talked about it all the time. There is nothing wrong with either of their service, to be clear. It's just that you pathetic losers have convinced yourselves that Ela, a secretary, has committed war crimes, and Moses is a combat pilot. Gets a pass because you like his wife. Imagine being that fucking dumb and delusional. Holy shit, you guys are pathetic. Y'all should really stop bringing it up, too. There's nothing Trisha fears more than Moses' past being dug up into. Yeah, I don't understand why, because this bitch fucking literally lied about some, like, the Mr. Rimey situation. So, where she's, like, lied about being assaulted by this, like, dead teacher. And waited for, like, it's, I don't know. She's such a fucking piece of shit. I can't believe she got away with like knowingly lying about sexual assault. It's fucking crazy.
I need to do some kind of deep dive of Ethan's views on Israel, Palestine. Because here he's saying free Palestine, right? So I don't know what the deal is there.
Oh my God, she's becoming self-aware. I feel like it's something you probably already should know on it. I'll tell you Ethan Klein's take. Israel has the right to exist, but it doesn't have the right to engage in genocidal practices. Netanyahu's a war criminal. He believes in a two-state solution because Israel and Palestine right now, these two groups hate each other. Very complicated history. I would even go as far to say that he would agree that the border should be facilitated by allies of both Israel and Palestine. And I would say Israel should pay Palestine reparations. The entire harassment campaign that surrounds Ethan Klein has to do with his take on Israel-Palestine. I feel like you should have known that. But I will give her credit because she's talking out loud. She's like, wait a minute. And I can respect that.